We'll just do it in our heads, and that's fine. You just have to tell me that you're
Got
raging.
Okay.
Yeah. So if it doesn't do that automatically inside D&D Beyond, which is fine, you know, D&D Beyond can't do everything that's cool, but it can do a lot of stuff. If it doesn't do anything, we just do it in our heads, sort of like with potions of healing or with pretending that you all enjoy the game and having fun.
What?
That is very wrong, sir.
I've been working on my fishing for compliments. I'm just going to keep doing this. By the way, we're live. Hello, everybody. How's it going, everyone? I am Bizarchus. I am now 34 years old, hence yesterday. So, and I feel great today. Like, oof. Usually on birthdays, it's like a yearly Rumspringa, but I'm good. I am very, very surprised in myself because I'm getting to the age where I'm getting like old enough where maybe I don't want to go out and go absolutely insane. Maybe it's just one of those times where I just have really nice meals and maybe a massage. So I did that. I also got pants. You can check it on my Instagram. It's literally most of what I did. Anyway, so distracting. My bad. This is the Vereldium ongoing campaign stream. I am Bizarchus. I am your DM. Joining me are 4 players that are going to be joining us in the Vanguard. We have returning players, Black Irish 19, exactly 10 funnel. You changed your name again, didn't you? It's now approximately 10 funnel chickens.
It maybe is approximately 10 chicken nuggets.
Approximately 10 chicken nuggets now. Okay. I didn't write that down in the character thing, so I apologize. It's
That's
just exactly 10 funnel chickens because I just saw that you changed your name again, which is great. Lord Jizer 21 and Horace Enio all back for another round. This is our 30 seconds episode. In our last session, I believe, didn't everybody level up to level 8?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah. And those who have drawn the card of inspiration, that was the world card, all went up to level 9. So level 5 spells are in play. Ooh. Anyway, this is a homebrew stream with my own world called Vereldium. And a lot of what we do here is playtest and self-created content. So there's a lot of stuff that you're going to see here that is crazy overbalanced, that is unfair, that is mostly for flavor and kind of silly and does not go rules as written. Deal with it. We're having a lot of fun doing it. But one of the things that we do that is homebrew is inspiration. These are tarot cards. This is how I do inspiration. Our players can either can either turn this in and reroll any dice whatsoever. They can gift it to another player, and they can reroll any dice. They can force myself or the Ravenous, whom we do not have any today, so it's going to be a little bit dangerous, who play as our monsters. Anything that they or I roll can be overruled, and we are forced to reroll. Or they can tempt fate. They can tell me they want to flip the card, and whatever concept is on the other side of this card is going to affect the game at some point during that session. There are some really amazing cards. There are some really not so amazing cards. But either way, it is chaos, and it is fun, and it's a great time. You, as our viewers, can actually watch the show, and you can contribute as well to the ongoing campaign. You're going to see in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, there are little purple bubbles that are going to constantly accrue while you're watching called trouble bubbles. These trouble bubbles are something that you can actually spend to gift the caravan wealth, gold, supplies, weapons, ammunition, armor. You can also supply our court magister, which is a magician who can cast any spell from any class whatsoever, a brand new spell. That brand new spell can be used one time during the session, and that's all that he gets is that one spell. Recently, we just hit that goal, so Erazever can now cast Revivify. What that means is, for our party, is they must have a diamond or diamonds worth up to 300 gold pieces. So, If at some point one of the caravan does fall, within 1 minute they can use Erezever's spell and that diamond to recover. But if any of them take the diamond with them on their journey, that diamond's not available. So, sorry. I'm getting all verklempt thinking about somebody dying again. As you can see, we usually have 5 members of our Vanguard, but today we have 4. Everybody's getting back out into the world, and I love it. Thank you all so much for being so active in our Discord. Link at the top. This is a community-based game, so if you would like to play in our Vanguard and play your own homebrew PC that you create yourself, by all means, join us. You can roll off inside of our Discord, link right here, and you can make your own character using my assets and D&D Beyond. There's a how-to video on how to join. It's all very, very simple. You just have to read the rules, agree to our terms, and then everything's all good. This show will air again on YouTube tomorrow at around 10:30. So if you can't catch it when we broadcast, you can always catch it whenever you want on the Bizarchus YouTube. So, in our last session, you all had just finished searching the horde of the Els Terror, the black dragon that has been causing a lot of grief for the people of Els Dalo. As you had scoured through all of his wealth and all of the items that were there, you took with you a hoard of gold and treasures. As you decide, you know what, we need a drink, you all decide to go to Chameleon's Cantina. In Chameleon's Cantina, you boast and drink and tell everyone about your story. You also meet Yogmig. Yogmig is a amateur brewer, full-time adventurer who is currently on a job. As you were talking, carousing, commiserating, Dox, the proprietor of the Chameleon's Cantina, challenges you on the validity of you slaying the Els Terror, trying to convince him in the most proofing way. You bring the head of the Els Terror after a quick jaunt back to your caravan. After a few minutes of carousing and hundreds of people of Els Dalo looking at your kill and looking at your trophy, you hear a scream from outside. As you go outside, you see your new acquaintance, Yogmig. Yogmig? Yogmig.
Yep.
Missing his heart.
Yodmik or Yodgrim?
I was saying Yogrim all last session. It's Yogmig. I made a mistake.
I just didn't want to say anything.
It doesn't matter what his old name was.
I know. I'm sorry.
No,
fine.
don't worry.
New friend.
New friend. Who dis? So as you're over his body, you notice that he was carrying a relic of the World Tree. As Halvis reveals to the caravan his engraved skeletal arm, he performs a ritual to be able to create a reborn. This is not humanoid, but not undead, and therefore skimming the veil between both. As this relic takes hold of Yodmig's body, Yodmig is no more, and now becomes Sir Rigel Bone Rattler the 16th. As you all go in fight for vengeance for Yodmig, you find that at the end of this very, very harrowing fight with rival adventuring party, that Yodmig was hunted specifically for his heart. You found a scroll in the exact same sort of vellum that you found inside of the Mind Flayer's grotto. This was a recipe for a ritual. This ritual called for the hearts of 5 murderers. And that is where we left off. Now the party going back, licking their wounds, preparing themselves for another day of adventuring. They have a lot of things to think about and a lot of things to take care of. As the remainder of the party is working hard, they need to work much less hard now that they have the wealth of a black dragon within their caravan. But before we get started, I would like for our players to please introduce themselves. Black Irish 19, would you be so kind as to introduce yourself and Maresh?
Hello, my friends. I am Black Irish 19 here on Twitch. And this is Maresh, the Water Genasi sorcerer, who has seen quite a few strange sights on this caravan, but he is absolutely here for it.
And approximately 10. Sir Rigel, what's up?
I am, let's say exactly 10 chicken nuggets. And
Okay.
I am playing Sir Rigel Bone Rattler.
I love how that even works better. Let's just say I'm exactly 10 chicken nuggets.
Somewhere in the vicinity of some amount of chicken nuggets.
Did you make all of those so that you could make that joke over time? Oh my god.
I would love to take credit for that, but no good ideas that I execute ever come with any planning.
I'm going to give you a card of inspiration for that because that feels like you just slow cook that joke to perfection so that you could make that perfect context joke.
All right. Well, I would love to flip that once everybody's had a chance to introduce themselves.
Oh,
Okay, you
joy.
got it. All right. So sorry, I totally interrupted you because of that stunning, epic story joke.
Oh no, that was it. And Sir Rigel.
Mm-hmm. So, by the way, as somebody who's very, very active in our Discord, I would like to personally say I have loved what you have done with your face morpher app. What is it? The name of it?
Oh, so for some of the characters, I use Artbreeder, and then I put it through an app called Rimini on my phone, just to try to create something that's somewhat realistic that is not actually anyone's face that exists.
It's one of the coolest concepts to make characters I've ever seen. Literally, I've never seen something this cool. So, I would highly recommend you just popping down exactly what you did at any time. Your Madigan and your Vivian look incredible. Absolutely incredible. And not only that, but what you did with Chrissy's picture, too.
That was crazy. I'll post those in Discord right now.
Yeah. All right. Lord Geyser 21 comes back. Nope. Necromancer Supreme. Welcome back.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lord Geyser 21, but here, Halvis is my name, and creating the undead is my game. No longer will I hide my necromancer arm. I will now bear it as a badge of honor, especially with Rigel by my side.
Yes, you will. Also, too, I didn't forget, you have 5 new undead that you have animated. It was 2 skeletons and 3 zombies. Am I right on that?
3 skeletons and 2 zombies.
Ah. Which
Gotta
one
give
of
'em names.
which one of these Svirfneblin do you like the least?
The spellcaster, he looks freaky.
He's gone. Now he's a skeleton. Just a little bit short. Okay. And whoops. I made a mistake. There we go. And Horacenio, would you be so kind as to introduce your lovely self?
Good evening, everyone. I am Horsenio, and this evening, once again, Keisha Bloodlust, the first ever Blood Knight Turtle, returns, ready for.
Wow. Again, Keisha is a combination class with some very fun story-related homebrew. So if you're ever interested in what we did for their Blood Knight and Blood Witch counterparts, please join our Discord. Link at the top. Okay.
And go watch the last episode to watch her be a complete and total badass.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was awesome with the last session.
You were too, bud.
Also,
So-
it's not every session that we get almost the exact same party in the consecutive week.
Mm-hmm. That's the fun of the Berserkist stream. I say as I plug myself. So, as we get started with today's adventure, you all have just gotten back. You are well fed, well rested, wounds healed. You were a little bit touch and go there for Sir Rigel. Not sure if they could recover and heal their wounds naturally, but it seems like they can. So, with all the information that the party currently has, you know that there's a few things that that Enel Els Dalo has been asking to be assisted on. One of which being their supply of Zircardin crystals, which is currently underground and is very difficult to get to. It is right now being harried by a group of demons, and until they're able to get that supply going, their biggest cash crop is held back. There's also diving deeper into the corrupted Constabulary, figuring out exactly what the Loathsworn were trying to do. And you now know that Sir Rigel was hunted. His heart was a part of some kind of ritual. But what kind of ritual? And why did they need to go back into Erelem's lair? So, what would the 32nd Vanguard like to do first? Black Irish?
Well,
I heard you gulp. What would
we
you like
wanted to see if we could find out some more information about the crystal mines.
Understood. So you know that that Micha was the one to give you that quest. So if you're looking for more information, you could potentially go to her. But you also know that you can pretty much find any sort of information that you want around town, especially in Chameleon's Cantina. You could also go back to Vindia, because maybe Zircardin crystals is something that's really important to her too. Or you can try something totally different.
What do you guys think?
I mean, we could just go into town and just scream, does anyone know anything about Zircardin crystals? That's the Keisha answer right there.
It's a direct approach. I like it.
Sir Rigel is gonna just sort of stalk up behind Halvis and just look tough.
All right.
Would you guys want to try to kill two birds with one stone, perhaps? We can take these military orders to Miha and see if she knows the name on them, and also find out about the the crystal mines.
Works for me.
Yeah, that works. Keisha likes killing things.
Okay. Is that consensus?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. You leave the safety of your comfortable cavern, and you head back into Els Dalo. As you do so, you go to the Citadel. You are let in. You see many of the refugees now working, all of whom seem much more comfortable, a little less shocked over what was happening, but you still do see that there's a palpable grief. There's palpable mourning that's still happening with everyone. So although the shock is worn off, everyone else is still emotionally and mentally dealing with things. So, as you go past them and eventually find Mija, she is inside the same war room that you were brought to before. As she looks across a large swath of papers, she notices you all come in. She says, "Hello. Have you seen the news regarding the missus?"
No. What news would that be?
She wishes to thank you personally, but publicly.
Well, that's quite nice. We'll be sure to go and have a chat with her.
Please do. I believe she's waiting on something, but I do not know what. You see her hands sort of flickering and flying, using the Drow silent hand code. You see that her hands are moving faster than her mouth can. I think all of you can speak Undercommon now, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see that her hands are showing...
No.
So Keisha cannot.
No.
Okay, that's fine. So you all will need to tell Keisha at some point of this, but for now, Keisha will not know. Her hands keep flickering with... That says proof, evidence. That says things like incarceration, injunction, protection, immunity, many legal and also many fine things that revolve around judgment. So you believe that whatever she is saying, she lets you know that it's not just a public thank you, it's also testimony.
Interesting.
There's a very good chance that you'll be used politically against the Loathsworn. So, Mija notices that you haven't left, and she says, "Is there anything else?"
Yes, my good lady Miha. While we were in Felden's birth, we came across these orders written in Undercommon, and I believe they were given to a mind flayer to spy on Dominic Felden. I was wondering if you happen to know of a high priestess Gedeveld.
Gedeveld is of the Loathsworn. Messel's Gedeveld. That is not good. We were not aware that she was in league with the Mind Flayers. The Gaith are not to be trusted. Ever. This is bad. This is very bad. And she puts it down, and when she does, she sprinkles some gold dust over the top of it, mutters an incantation. Halvis and Halvis and Maresh. Can I please get you both to roll me an Arcana check?
Oh. Ooh. Hey.
Okay. Maresh is able to get that look like the components for a spell of non-detection. Halvis, the way you see it, that looks like it's a spell to send information.
Well, we just wanted to bring this to your attention. And also, while we were here, we were hoping you could tell us some more about the Sarkardin crystals.
The
in
cotton
mind.
crystals. Okay. Do you need to know where they are? I can draw you a map.
More like how they would affect spellcasters. We know they have something to do with destroying magic.
Roll me a persuasion check, please, at advantage. Okay. One moment. So, she looks at you and she says, I think I understand what you're asking for. Spells do not affect them at all. They unravel the magic. If you use a magic item on it, it will shatter. If you touch it with your bare hands, your hands will prick and will pierce. It cannot be handled by normal means. You must use what is the word? She says in undercommon, elemental summoning. And in common she says, I don't know the words. The fire, the air, the water, the earth. You must use that. It cannot be touched by mortal hands.
Understood.
Very
It's good to know.
Very rare. I do not know how they are created, but they eliminate all magics. They pierce all material, even through wards. Very, very, very powerful.
That's good to know. Thank you for the information.
You're welcome. Is there anything else?
I do not believe so, my friends.
Looking around, are there any other Durgar? Or is Rigel the only one?
Looking around in this area, you do see on occasion like one or two Duragar. They're mostly cleaning staff. The Duragar normally don't. The Duragar in this area normally stay more towards creation. The reason Duragar are the way that they are is because they used to be longtime prisoners of the Mind Flayers. They were dwarves that were in the Underdark underneath the Mind Flayer control, and they lost most of their creativity and the soul of the crafter. Now they simply craft for utility. So very boxy, very simple designs, just more for form over function, for function over form. And if you see any Duragar that's nearby, they're like handymen. They're fix-its. And in this area, you don't see very many, but you also don't see very many hired hands either. Most of who you see are people in military garb, such as Dosa and Micha.
Got it. Would Rigel be picking up, Rigel be picking up any vibes coming from anyone who we're talking to, since he's not more in that like hired hand or handyman kind of role. He's accompanying somebody.
Roll me an insight check.
Oof.
Well then,
Yeah, you're out of place.
yep.
Keisha's gonna lean into the group and go, I don't really know what's going on, but should we talk about Nigel's heart thingy and the orders and that stuff?
I'll translate our conversation to Keisha. Let
Okay.
her know what we talked about.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you do so. Are you Keisha? We'll say that your friends are able to translate, so it's not going to be like a loss of communication. And Mija can speak some common. She's not good at it.
hmm So in that case, like Keisha will pull out that order regarding the 5 hearts
Okay.
and kind of like point at that and the orders from the Mind Flayer,
Okay.
trying to tell her that there was a connection between the two.
Okay. She puts down both orders next to each other. And as that happens, she does a very, very in-depth analysis of it. She breaks out a large loop that she looks into. She sprinkles a little bit more of that gold dust over the top, mutters an incantation. And as that happens, she looks at it and she tells you all, this is written by the same person.
We had that suspicion as well.
You have a spy master. Or someone that is pulling strings. The matron is your enemy. This is Bizarka speaking. She's not talking about Enel Els. She's talking about the other one. Just wanted to make that clear.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
She wouldn't just give up her own superior.
You all went silent for 10 seconds, for 8 seconds. So I just wanted to make totally sure that if that cogwheel started spinning, I put a wrench in it really quick. Because that could have been just okay, well, I think it's
When we meet her, we're
Els,
gonna kill her now.
so I'm just gonna whack. It's well, that was the NPC that held everything together. So shit.
Out of character, I'm still trying to figure out how to get in character because I'm sitting here in a flowery dress trying to pretend to be a zombie barbarian.
Hey, Rigel has his own taste.
Why can't a barbarian be pretty?
If anything, that's even more intimidating.
Way more intimidating. Think if
He knows what he's about.
you think if Techno Viking came up to me in a floral pattern skirt, that I wouldn't be like, nope. I'm sorry. Whatever I did, I'm
I'm
sorry. I'm just gonna straight up apologize.
That is confident.
Exactly.
Chicken nuggets. Also, swear jar. I heard you say it.
Oh,
That was
damn
weird.
it. I did. All right, thank you. Okay, I redeemed the gold. It's in there. Okay, so
Shall we?
is there any
go and
other
have a
information
talk
you?
with Enel?
Is there any other information you need?
I don't believe so.
What?
Shall we go and have a talk with Enel Els?
Keisha just nods.
Yes, let's find out what she would like us to do.
Okay. You eventually go and request an audience. As you do so, she does agree. She has you wait for about 2 hours. But in the meantime, you see dozens and dozens of denizens from Enel Els Dalo coming in and out of her meeting chambers. She is a busy, 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 busy lady. So as you go in, you all go in at the same time. There is still a line of people waiting to get her attention and waiting to get her word on whatever is happening. You who speak Undercommon realize that she's being brought with like a bunch of dumb things. She says, the first one is, I have 10 Rothe, but 3 Rothe have already died. Can I please have 6 Rothe because I need them? And she has to respond, no, you are the Rothe farmer. I don't have any. So it's a very, very dumb kind of exchange, and you see that her patience is wearing insanely thin. So by the time that you get up to her, she looks a little bit relieved, and she says, yes, my charges. It is a pleasure to see you today. How can Enel Els help you?
Keisha goes, hi.
Hello.
We heard that you wanted to speak with us. From
Yes,
Mija.
I do. Thank you so much for saving my life during the meeting with the Lothsworn. I have a bit of a thing that I would like to do in order to help you and in turn help me. I would like to make a public thank you to give medals to those of you who are part of the team that saved my life, and also to help bring the evidence that you have to light. Can you make this something that you would be interested in doing? And could you please be collecting the evidence that you have brought so that I may present it to the crowds as well?
Of course.
Can you
We
do this
actually-
within the next 3 days?
Understood.
I would very much like to have something that I could say that moves the people towards a strong unity. I believe that the two sides have been fighting far too long, and now it is time for both Lothsworn and Sunseeker to come together.
We'll see what we can rustle up. We currently have a few leads that we're chasing after.
Oh, please do not break integrity. That's all I ask. Everything must be true. 100%. If it is not true, then I need to know. Because that is me. I am true.
You have our word.
Thank
We
you.
bring the facts and only the facts.
Perfect. Thank you.
And my axe.
My axe too.
Every group needs peoples like you. They are much richer now. Thank you. Thank you. I wish you all the best. I have enjoyed this conversation. I bid you a great and wonderful rest of your day.
And to you as well.
Thank you, Madame Dalo. And I kiss her hand.
The moment that happens, you hear a "M." You're not sure where it came from, but it was definitely one of those don't. You want to go for it
Understood.
anyway? Do you want to go for it anyway?
No. No. All right.
Okay.
I just bow deeply and back off.
Okay. Roll me a perception check. Thank you. Okay. As you leave, you notice that there are These are the first male drow that you've seen out. Each one is in heavy armor. You also see about 5 of them that are in very, very ornate, and you can tell extremely well-crafted caster's robes. As you pass by, one of them is staring daggers in you. And then as you pass by, you feel somebody tap you on the shoulder once.
I
Looking
stop and turn.
Looking over, every single one of them is staring forward. None
Does
of them
Rigel
staring
notice
at you.
anything?
Yeah, you saw that one of them that was casting a spell flicked his hand into the air and did a somatic gesture. And then you saw a little light just almost like a tiny little bottle rocket just
Rigel's just going to maintain eye contact with him. In that sort of, you know that I know that you know that I know what you did.
Okay.
You know that I know that I lost.
Okay. As that happens, he is clutching onto I almost said something that could have gotten a clip from Horacenio, so I didn't want to do it. So he has a wand, and he's holding onto it very, very tightly, but it is within a sheath across his chest. And as he holds it, he extends his fingers out, and you notice that he's covered in rings. Roll me a history check, please, Rigel.
Oh.
Okay. Some of those rings are magically enchanted. One of them isn't.
I would know that from a history check. Is there anything that I know about the ring or the style of the ring? Like, is it a Durgar?
You don't, so that's pretty much all that I
Okay.
can really tell you for the role that you have. You know that some of them are enchanted because they glow slightly or they have a bunch of carvings across them, so they must be some kind of, like, ring of blank.
Okay, got it.
But there's one that isn't at all.
I place my left arm on Rigel's shoulder and say, "It's all right." I look at the drow that he was staring down. I apologize. I am not fully aware of your customs. And I try to guide Rigel back.
Roll me a persuasion check. Just a persuasion check.
Oof.
Ow.
Okay. He gives no response, but you do notice that his eyes, as they shift into the infrared, you see very clearly into the back, almost like a cat's eyes as it mirrors. And it just flashes there just for a second. Doesn't make you unsettled, but you can tell it was intentional.
Rigel will also give a deep bow, just sort of in the same way that Halvis did, and go to where he's being directed.
Okay. You all are being directed outside. Okay. Yes?
As we were leaving, you said some of these guys were wearing caster's robes. Are they just like fancy clothes, or are they enchanted robes?
There are 10 casters in total. There are 20 in heavy armor. As you're looking them all over, every single one of them is wearing enchanted armor. The caster's robes themselves are heavily enchanted. Roll me an Arcana check. Arcana. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry. 13. Okay. You have not seen Arcana this strong, this finely crafted, ever. The only thing that is anywhere close is the fine arcane focus that you have, which are the arm and hand wrappings.
Oh.
These are like kimono level silk, if that makes sense. Like the gorgeous patterns up the side, and somebody did that with a needle and thread kind of thing. That's the kind of craftsmanship that went into this.
I want to see if I could find a way to procure one of those.
You could potentially go to a quartermaster within the Els Dalo household. Is that something that you would like to try?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Is there still some kind of like tension in the room between Sir Rigel Halvius and the guards?
Roll me an insight check. Okay. So, looking it over and seeing what's happening, the guys in heavy armor, their faces are exposed. So, as you are looking at their face and seeing what is happening between Halvis and Rigel and this one very specific caster, you notice that there's a couple of them that are smirking and they're like trying to fight it back. And then you know that there's a few of them that look upset, but you're gauging that they're only upset because that one guy is upset.
Okay.
The rest of them are sort of like, oh, somebody did something. Somebody did something. It's going to be bad. Like that kind of thing.
So, in an attempt to break the tension, Keisha is going to go and say, "Hi, my name is Keisha Bloodlust, and I am a turtle. And I'm traveling with this group so I can make new friends, learn new things, and create amazing stories about our adventures for my future children to hear, just like my ancestors before me. We're still new here, but I hope we can be great friends. It's a pleasure to meet all of you."
You see each one of them, for this one, they look behind you for just a second in the direction of Enel Els. And as that happens, you see each one of them putting two fingers on their shoulder, crossing it to their chin, and then fist to the chest. This is the first time you've ever seen the Dalo salute.
I'll express this meaning to Keisha.
And Keisha tries her best to mimic it back.
As that happens, the one heavy armored guy that's next to you, he gently puts his hand on your arm and says, "No need."
Oh.
Which you're guessing means you're not supposed to do that.
Got it.
Okay.
So many customs.
So with this cultural injection, you all head out of Enel Els' meeting area, noticing that the line that was behind you before has doubled.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Poor Enels.
So as you continue with this, you go outside. You continue to walk down the halls. Maresh, is that something you're trying to do, is to find a caster's robe that you can procure?
Yes.
Okay. You find the quartermaster. This quartermaster is somebody named Vigran. And Vigran is a dwarf. So as you're looking across Vigran's stash, Vigran is pounding out hundreds and hundreds of swords. He has an assembly line that constantly hammers and constantly hammers and constantly hammers, and it's just folding metal over and over and over again into ingots. So as you watch as this mass of automation is happening, you're noticing that it's only him in here. He's sitting on a single stool, and he has both of his fingers to his head.
I'll walk up to him. "Pardon me, good sir. Are you the quartermaster?"
He opens his eyes up to look at you, and you see that all the hammers, and you hear them all stop at the exact same time. He goes, "Yeah, I am. What you need?"
I happen to notice the quality of robes some of your some of the guards here were wearing. I was hoping to get one for myself.
Oh, what kind of robes you looking for? Is it the wait? What? Which ones are you talking about? You're talking about the guards. Guards don't have any robes on.
The enchanted robes the casters were wearing.
Oh, the ones for
The very fine ones.
the ones from Enel's honor guard. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yes.
I can only get you some of the older ones. Can't get you any ones that are new. Those are all dictated by your husband.
Well, I'll take what I can get.
That's fine. You know that they come at quite a cost. They're useful, though.
How high are we talking?
20,000. But they do come with a lot. Are you interested?
I am, but I should discuss this with my friends first.
Sure. Your call.
And I'll step away back towards the group.
Okay. As that happens, you see him drop down, and he takes a green bottle. As he does, he drinks it really quickly. And he whack. And as he puts his fingers to his head, you hear and the automation starts again.
That's really cool. My friend,
Well,
I may have found a way to get one of those robes that Enel's guards were wearing, but it is quite expensive.
how much?
20,000 gold.
From the amount I counted, we have about a little over 56,000.
Indeed, we could afford it, but I don't know. Do you all think it would be worth it? It seemed to be very finely enchanted.
So, it sounds like it would be very important if Enel's guards are the ones wearing it. But at the same time, if we're already being praised by Enel's, we could probably just ask her and she might give us a uniform, since we're representing her already.
A fair point. Perhaps if we find enough evidence, we might be able to get one. Or more. And I suppose for now, we should save our money and see what we can do about Enel's request.
Keisha is a good fighter. I think she is right.
Oh.
Right.
And Keisha gets like all starry-eyed because she doesn't really know how to respond to what Ryder said.
Rigel doesn't say much.
Okay, so consensus is to pass. Is that correct?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have a question. Mental hammer guy. I forgot.
He opens his eyes up really quick, but he doesn't say anything else.
Do you know where in town I can get a fresh corpse? It doesn't have to be humanoid. I just need its blood. That sounds weird.
He looks at you for a long, probably about 10 seconds to see if you're going to say anything else. After you don't, he raises his eyebrows and realizes you're serious. So you see a piece of paper floating above his desk and an inkwell dripping into an inkwell. It writes in midair. And he hands it back over to you. In common, it says butcher.
Oh, thank you. I'll leave you alone back to your concentrating.
He takes his other fingers and he waves back at you.
Shall we go and see about this butcher then?
Yeah. I want to bring Squishy back.
Okay. So, are you guys heading out of the Citadel?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so.
So, if your first stop is the butcher, you would need to go to the Rothe farms. Is that where you're planning on going?
What does the group think? This is really just for my own ability thing, which I could do off of any corpse.
I'm good with it.
First quote of the night. Yeah, I want to see more of what Keisha's got planned.
All right, hold on. Let me write this down.
You need to. Sorry.
Yep.
What do you need to write it down?
He's writing down the quote.
Oh,
I didn't realize that.
understood.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the Rothe farms to find the butcher.
Okay. So going to the northeast of town, you are able to come across what is a large lava chasm. As you come across it, you notice that there are bones strewn everywhere in this location. You can see that there has been hundreds of battles that have taken place in this area. You can see the bones of worms. You can see the bones of draconic creatures such as wyverns and worms, things like that. You notice that there are dozens and dozens of bodies of Underdark Denzians, Umber Hulks. You notice hook horrors. You can see, on occasion, massive spiders that have died here. And as you're walking in this direction, the ground crunches beneath your feet, and only sometimes is it rock. There's been a long history of battles being done here. And on the far side of the lava chasm, you can see the Rothe farms. The Rothe are kind of the Underdark equivalent to cattle. As you look across, they are big, thick, meaty creatures that have a very thick, almost a woolen coat, but their coats are bright white. They're in a bunch of, bless you, or I'm very sorry for whatever just dropped in the audio of somebody else. But as you're looking across their fur, it's grayish, brackish. They've been rolling around in whatever dirt and mud that's been down here. But you do notice that there are many hundreds of motes of artificial light that are above this area. And that is all seemingly growing their food, which appears to be a very thick, spongy moss. As you get closer, and you eventually find each one of these farm stands, you notice that there's not that many homes that are out here, not that many places for Denzians to live. As you get closer and closer and closer, you notice that there are Svirfneblin that are all taking up residence here. There are 2 drow that you can see, both of them maimed. They're missing an arm, or missing another part and are having prosthetics, and they are the farm keepers. You notice that herds are being driven on by what appear to be automaton, and you can see even more so that there is this constant, not only terrible smell from being around all the cattle, but there's also this constant smell of blood the closer that you get towards the homes. But from where you are, you can see the Svirfneblin that are out in front of one of the households. What would you all like to do? Maybe those loud
Keisha.
bangs I heard was Horacenio falling down? Horacenio, you
No,
okay,
I'm
bud?
good.
Okay, just
I'm
checking.
okay. Maybe a little bit buzzed, but I'm okay.
It's my favorite. That's my favorite kind. My favorite kind of Horacenio, too.
Okay, to tell you the truth, out of character, the entire conversation with Enels
Mm-hmm.
did not catch any of it. After I said hi, I drank a little bit and I lost all information.
Okay.
So, this will
I
be
just want to
like
point out,
It's tequila, wasn't
like,
it?
you are amazing with notes. And, like, you catch everything in every game, so this is especially funny for me.
this will be like
I'm
as close
enjoying
to
the
I
shit out
can
of
to be a Keisha's airheadedness of not understanding what the heck is going on.
Slightly buzzed. Post Cinco de Mayo leftovers. Oh crap! Actually, there's a margarita in here somewhere with my name on it. I'll be right back.
Lost a
go ahead.
margarita in
Well,
your
right?
house?
Heck yeah,
I mean,
man.
everyone else is joining in.
Let's get litty.
I'm so used to playing chaotic characters, I just want to jump in with, like, a crazy thing.
We did talk about random encounters.
It's true.
Yeah, I was fearing that slightly.
I'd like to
As we
introduce
were
you
walking
to
through
my,
the...
to my skull glass. This is Polywog Tittlebranch.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Nice.
Benedict Cumberbatch name generator. You can have fun with that for hours. Okay. So, are you all choosing to go and search for a Rothe to kill? Are you going to speak to somebody? Are you going to search the grounds? What would you like to do?
As we're walking through the bone field, I'm just clenching and unclenching my left hand, going, no, no, no.
You could
Keisha
do
just goes, do you want to summon more? How many more can you make?
I can make quite a few, but I don't want to risk the caravan's safety for my own greed.
Well,
What if we harvest some of these bones so you have more to raise later when your current ones die?
yeah, just stuff the corpse in our backpacks. That's not weird at all.
Rigel's just gonna stand and kind of keep watch. Just be in the lookout.
Forgot to grab the portable hole.
We can do that later.
Yes.
We should probably go talk to someone instead of just randomly killing their cow. That might not go over too well.
That's true.
Okay. You can see the two Svirfneblin that are out very clearly. There is an automaton that is herding the Rothe. And other than that, you can't really see too many other mobile humanoids.
We'll walk up to the Svirfneblin.
Okay. As you do so, you see both of them sitting and smoking out of what looks to be a long Worsham pipe. As it happens, the tobacco, which you think is tobacco, maybe not, but they're both on a rocking chair in front. Hiyo! What you need over there?
Hi, are you a butcher? Or the butcher? I was told to come over here for butchers.
I'm farmer rancher. Not butcher. Farmer rancher.
Okay. Hi, my name is Keisha Bloodlust, and
Keisha.
I am a turtle.
Hi,
And
Jordan.
I'm traveling with this group so I can make new friends and learn new things
Oh, you're
and create
traveling with
amazing
me.
stories.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
about our adventures for my future children here, like my ancestors before me.
Stories.
I hope
Stories.
you're
You
gonna be
got
great friends.
stories. Yeah, friends too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got
Why
some
not?
stories.
Yeah, I got some
Oh yeah.
stories too. Oh, let me tell you.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Well, a pleasure to meet you too. Let me tell you one thing real quick. So
Yeah.
the other day, I was out on the west side. We were taking over another one of them Rothe, and they just bummed right through the fence. After about 5 minutes, his story finished up. He fixed the fence. That's it. But it took about 5 minutes to get there.
Classic.
By the way,
Oh,
this was actually a conversation that I had yesterday.
really?
It took 5 minutes for this guy to tell me he fixed a fence by just putting in a new post. It took 5 minutes for him to tell me that story. He didn't even buy me
love
a
it.
drink.
Ooh.
So,
It's one way to make conversation.
I know, right? So, at the end of it, he says, "So, y'all hungry? Looking to get me one of them Rothe?"
Not really. I'm just I'm looking for a cut or corpse. Like I'm just here for blood. Like literal blood. You can keep the meat. Is that okay?
Hang on just a second there. Looking for corpses, eh? You just see him pull out this incredibly ornate and very complicated looking heavy crossbow and aim it directly at you and said, "Get the f out of here! Ain't getting no corpses, man!" He just fires a shot. What is your AC?
Oh my god.
20.
Okay. It's not that good of a shot, but it and lands right next to your feet.
That was rude.
You
Yes,
ain't
sir.
killing us! Yeah! Varmint! You
We
think
didn't-
he
I'm not
said-
even trying to
you
kill
think
you.
he's- You think he said, "Get out of here, you varmint"? But I don't. You're very sure that he didn't shut his mouth or use his tongue that entire time he was trying to say something to you.
Do any of us speak this language?
No
Is this
one
even a
speaks this
dialect of
language.
some sort?
No one speaks this
I
language.
think he said you dare. I think he said, "Get off my lawn, you darn kids."
It was
I'll try to
that.
calm-
So I will say you don't even need to roll an inside check for this. I will say that the asking for a corpse was probably something that he thought, "Oh, this guy's trying to kill me."
I'll try to calm him down. Sir, we didn't mean to offend you. We don't. If you have any sickly or weakened of your herd, we'd be glad to put them out of their misery for you.
Okay,
All
so
we need is their.
as he does that, he cocks another arrow into the crossbow, or he cocks another bolt into the crossbow, and he's like, "Oh, your customer. No, that's fine. Sorry, I almost shot you." All right. Yeah, you go and pick one of yours. Say 20.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Come along now, Keisha. Let's go and find a nice, juicy one for you.
Okay. You said 20. 20 what?
Likely 20 gold for the beast.
Okay. I mean,
Did
I
we-
wasn't even after the actual body. I just wanted the blood, though.
Well, we can probably fashion some rations for the caravan, and you can keep
Okay.
you can use the blood.
It's true.
Okay. And then we could use the bones and such for harvest.
It's a win-win-win all around.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, mad cow level.
All right. So I will allow for a group check. Any of you all that
Okay.
roll survival know exactly who has the best meat. Any of you all who roll nature know which one is not sick.
chair.
I am better at survival, so I'll do that.
I am better at survivals also.
I'm apparently not good at anything.
I have a -1 to either of those.
But you rolled a natural 20. Nice.
You did the best.
So, as you go and pick out your beef, you take some time, but Rigel looks over and says, "That one."
Yep.
And as that happens, you look at one, and you've never seen a majestic Rothe before, but this one could do commercials. And as you see its shining coats, it's not that tight, curly, matted fur that you see before, or that tight, matted, curly wool. This is like long and flowing. So as you look at it, you think that would be the most comfortable blanket ever. So as you go up to this one, you notice that this one has 3 bells across it and has long horns that roll all the way to the middle of its back.
It looks like a fine beast.
Is that the only one that has the bells around its neck?
You get a card of inspiration. Yes, it is.
Guys, I don't think we should pick this one in particular because I don't feel like being shot with a crossbow.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, would it cost 20 gold for any of these? Because it would be kind of like underselling this one.
So, yeah. So, Lord Geyser, you get a card of inspiration because you know what that is. And cheers to that. For the rest of you, you start... The moment that he says that, you're like, oh. Ugh. Then look around and notice that none of the other Rothe have that. Most of them don't have horns. But this one does.
Oh.
Can Rigel discern what the second healthiest looking one is?
You do. So you do find a sow that's nearby. And this one is very plump, very fat, has a very different coat. This one's much more tight. So, much more tight wool, but still very thick. It would need cleaning, and it would need gigging, but you could definitely find yourself with a great deal of good wool. It's also very, 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 very plump, but doesn't have the sort of muscle definition as the other one did. So this one would probably have a lot of fatty meat, but all in the same, that's not what you came here for.
If it's plump, it's gotta have a lot of blood.
Yeah, I feel a lot less bad about killing this one. That's another quote.
We'll leave beauty and we'll take this beast.
Okay. Out of nowhere, one of the guys who were sitting on the porch appeared directly behind Sir Rigel and goes, "Ah, Dad, I can get him out of here. Hold on, come on there. Which one you? Which one you? Hey, Persephone, go come up. All right, you're gonna take my Persephone from me. That's 20 gold.
Okay, here you go.
All right.
Rigel's just gonna look back at the others.
I go now. Get out of here. Don't kill her for me.
Is there a lead or anything that we can use to bring it back to the caravan?
Oh, that's more. That's more. You want to lead yours? That's more.
How much?
Hold on, I'll go get you some hay or something. So you see him go away, and he comes back with just like a handful of just fodder. And as that happens, he's being followed super lazily by all the rest of the Rothe. They're just like mindlessly moving at the exact same pace towards him. He's like, all right, hurry up now before they all leave here with you.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah.
How much?
What?
How much for the hay?
Oh, nothing. Just get the hell out of here, all right? You're good. Or you want more?
Man.
You want more? I get you more.
No.
Mo
This
go.
will be fine.
Well, rough hay. All right. Eva,
We'll
get out of here. Go,
we'll
go,
take
go,
it
go,
in
go, go, go.
the east.
Okay, so you start literally grabbing this thing by the neck to make it move faster, and you can't move this thing any faster than than like it wants to move. This thing weighs what feels like a ton, or it's just so well grounded that you just can't move this thing. Also, Rothe have 6 legs. I should have mentioned that. But as you're pushing this Rothe, it's like and following you at a painful pace. But the closer that you get, eventually all the other Rothe realize, okay, I'm not getting this food. So they all turn back and look disappointed at the exact same time. You just hear... And you just watch them all... They, like, land on their stomach and then fall over to the side, depressed. So you make your way closer to the edge of the lava chasm. And you get there. It was very easy for you to cross before because it was just you all. But now you have a super heavy Rothe. So, in front of you, you have what is a very, very narrow land bridge. Are you going to try to move the Rothe across? Or is
I've made
the
this
place
mistake in
to
Oregon
do the
Trail
deed?
before. Do we try to
Okay.
ford the river with the Rothe?
Could I
Wait.
could I use my ray of frost to widen the land bridge,
Oh,
No.
freezing the lava?
No.
Frozone?
But I like what you're thinking. However, exactly 10 chicken nugget. Well, Sir Vigil, you get a card of inspiration because this is literally where I got this from.
So did we flip the last one?
No, we
Oh
never
no, you
did.
didn't. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Does
then
that mean flip too?
Oh shit.
no, I'll hang on to one and I'll flip one.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you already had one or not.
Okay. Sir Rigel, this is a big one.
Okay.
What level are everyone's level 8, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep.
By the end of this session, or by the start of combat, whichever comes first, I need for you to pick me a spell that is level 4 or below. From any class.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't have any spells.
Okay.
I need for you to
Level
pick me a spell that's level 4 or below from any class.
Okay, and just between now and when combat starts.
Between
Or
now
when the session ends.
Or, yeah, between now, if combat starts, or when the session ends.
Okay, got it. Will do.
Okay, so that
Maresh,
amount
do
of
you
time.
have the reduce?
I do not have it currently, unfortunately.
What is, and this might be a little metagaming, what is Sir Rigel's, what's the word?
His carry weight?
Yeah.
Does he look strong?
He is strong.
Yeah.
You can check that in your D&D Beyond page on, I think, features and
It's on-
traits.
Equipment.
Equipment, and then click
Or-
on the word weight carried.
Can try to pick this thing up.
Just go
It
for
could
it.
be a quick yes or no.
Yep, Keisha will assist. And in the event that Sir Rigel and Keisha try to pick up this creature, Keisha is going to attempt to calm it down first, before picking it up randomly.
Animal handling
With-
check?
Yep.
Okay. Animal handling.
Hey.
Nice.
Okay. It isn't hard to calm down a Rothe. You realize that the moment that you took it away from its pack, it's so dumb. There's food in front of it. It likes the food. That's it. That's all it seems to notice. So calming it down is like if you have a baby that's asleep and you're trying to put the baby to sleep. It's already done, so you're good. And the more that you realize that Rothe are super dumb. So you could probably just like put food in front of it and it'll follow. Put no food and it'll just kind of lay there.
Keisha will send this or talk about this information to the rest of the group. Like, yeah, they just like food. I don't think we really need to carry it. We just need to make sure that it's. If we have like wheat on a stick or something, it'll just follow it.
There you go. Okay. While you guys discuss this, I apologize, but my little friend here has. I'll be right back. Can you give me about 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine, because I have been waiting for the exact same opportunity. So,
Oh my god.
I guess that's what we get for enjoying tequila during our session.
very much so.
Be right back.
Okay, so like I do have the
Secret.
adventurer's pack, so we could probably just like tie some rope to the hay, stick it on his back, and dangle it in front of him. Stick and care technique.
Are either of you going to ride this across the river? Sorry, still looking for my character voice. Out of character, is anybody planning on riding this thing across the river?
What is my I've got a +2 to animal handling if he makes me do it. I could do it.
Mine, I got 0.
I have a -1, so I'm not the right person for this.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot then.
Hold it like a fishing pole.
There is a lot of freaking spells.
Yes. And I don't know what this card is. This is not one that I've ever drawn before.
When he said it was a big one, I really thought you had just drawn it again, and I was gonna flip it.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
I wonder, does it just happen if you choose a spell, or
I don't
is it at
know.
your disposal, maybe?
But I think I might go with Black Irish's idea.
Which is?
Do it.
I'm looking to see. Is it definitely 4th level or below?
4th or below. That's correct. Only the levels that are currently available to the caravan.
Oh, then this would definitely be available to the caravan. Black Irish has suggested polymorph. Specifically, polymorph, do it, you coward. So how can I say no?
Got it. Black Irish, can Maresh please roll me a d20? He all of a sudden just fell with 0 hit points.
What?
I'm kidding. You don't have to actually have to roll it.
You know what? Do it just in case to see what would have happened.
Oh God.
Okay, let's see.
You would have survived.
Still would have made you roll it again.
I actually have a way to save that.
That's true. Okay, but all the silliness aside. So, you want to have polymorph?
Yeah. Let's go with that.
Okay. So Rigel is now able to cast polymorph once per day.
Oh. I didn't know that this was going to be like a thing that he has now. I thought it was just going to be a thing that happens just in the session.
Nope.
Wow.
Holy
Hierophant.
crud.
Whenever you roll the Hierophant card and it's face up, you get a new spell.
Oh Jesus.
Oh my God, this
Discord
is
bugging
amazing.
out
I'm
and I
going
can't hear
to.
anybody talking. 1 second.
Okay.
Everyone, we just have to catch up Maresh after he comes
Yes.
back. Maybe when I told him that his character was going to faux die, he's just like, oh crap. And he just threw off his headphones really, really quick.
Okay. Okay, there we go. Now I can hear y'all.
Yay!
Yeah, but
Also, we got 1,000 biddies from Night Haze.
oh,
99.
Oh my
damn!
god.
Thank you so
Hey.
much, Night Haze. I appreciate that. Anyway, to catch you up, Black Irish, Sir Rigel now knows Polymorph and can cast it once per day.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah.
Oh
More
my
ch-
goodness, there's so
more
much that
chances
I
for
can do with this.
shenanigans.
That is horrifying
Shenanigans.
in the hands of a barbarian.
Right. Just remember, if you are raging, you cannot cast a spell.
Yes, I have some thoughts and some ideas, and
Okay.
yes.
So what exactly is the context here of Sir Rigel suddenly finding out that they can polymorph?
It's that magic world tree that resurrected them that seems to grant them new powers and abilities. That was brought to you by God.
Which, I mean, tree and nature and polymorphing into something in nature.
Yeah.
Nice.
Raging so hard you turn into something instead of raging because you don't know how to actually use magic.
Yeah, it's very true. D&D is the connect the dots of storytelling. Just like, I like this thing and that thing and that thing. I want this thing. But the way... And I meant all of that. I had that all planned. Which is how you finish it. That's how you turn that kindergarten homework in. So, as you all are trying to move the Rothe across the lava chasm, you're deciding it should be fine if you just send it with the whatchamacallit?
Well, we had a
using
we had
the
a
fodder?
plan. Actually. We
Okay.
had a plan. We're gonna use. I'm gonna take some rope out of my adventurer pack and just pick up one of the bones off the ground and fashion a carrot and stick type thing. And I'm gonna ride the Rothe to lead it back to the carrot.
I wonder how am I going to make you roll for this? Are you proficient in land vehicles?
No.
Okay. I'm not going to give you advantage on this roll. Give me a straight animal handling. You have to get 10 or above. Okay.
Oh.
Of course I rolled a nat 1.
As you're going across, the Rothe is knocking you from side to side. So as that's happening, you're watching as the fodder starts to swing in front of its face. As the Rothe continues to swing and watching it as it's moving, I have to do a lot of interesting mic work here to make this happen on screen. But as I do it, it's moving that way, and then you start feeling it slip. Now I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw. I may kill you yet. And you roll off of one side, landing on the land bridge as your Rothe. Do you want to go back and get a second Rothe?
Keisha's gonna just peer off the bridge and just look at the puddle that it fell into. And Keisha's just gonna
You
go.
see it slowly T1000ing.
Keisha's just gonna go. We don't have to go back if we don't need to.
Sorry about that, Keisha.
It's okay.
Uh,
At least we know what the butcher sounds like.
If it wasn't a natural one, I'm so sorry. If it was anything else, I would have gave you a moment to save, but it was a natural one.
Oh well. Let's just move on from that.
Okay.
Forget that happened.
Keisha, would you like a second Rothe?
No, it's okay.
I mean, they're
can
only
keep
20
going.
gold. They're pretty cheap.
But getting him across the bridge, on the other hand,
It's true.
Can Rigel look around for like maybe a smaller animal?
Okay, in this area, you really don't find too many small animals. You do find that there are a lot of underdark predators, such as stalkers and night gliders, things like that, that are looking for recently dead creatures in this area. You see that this is mainly a hunting ground for a lot of underdark creatures.
Just shakes his head and says, "No cave squirrels here."
What would a cave squirrel even look like? I
It's
need
a
to look that
squirrel.
up now.
It's a squirrel in a cave. That's all. You think that using Rose Red, a squirrel may not cut it.
Mm-mm. It's okay. If we get into combat later, I can just use the blood of whatever we kill. So we don't have to worry about this too much.
All right.
Okay.
shall we head back to the caravan and figure out our next move?
Yeah.
Okay. So you head back to the caravan, and it's kind of one of those journeys where you're like, well,
That just happened.
we went out for ice cream, and we all dropped our ice cream on the ground as we left the store at the same time.
Hashtag depression.
So, you all go back. You see the party that you recently slaughtered. Zombies and skeletons all greet you as you come back with little plates of crackers and cheese. You like them this way way more.
I put the ring of dying on one of the skeletons and make them purple, black, white, and trimmed in gold
Nice.
to match my wrappings.
Fancy.
Oh,
Okay. I can do some of that. Purple, gold, black. There you go.
You gave me the idea.
Nice. I'm here for that. So, as you're in this area still, you are doing your best to recollect yourself, thinking, okay, what should we do next? So, Vanguard, what do you plan on doing next?
Well, Enel's asked for more proof. Let's go and find her some. Constabulary?
Yay.
It would seem to be the most logical place.
Rigel is gonna put a hand on Halvis's shoulder and nod and say, "I won't go too far this time. I will make sure that you're safe."
Oh,
Question: how do y'all get the health bar?
If you click on your token and then click the gear, a little menu will pop up that says token bars. And you just need to put in the minimum value and the maximum value under whichever one.
I don't know why mine has numbers on it, but y'all's are just a red box.
You can
Same
see your
goes for
own
mine.
numbers.
You can see your own numbers, and I can see all numbers.
Nifty.
Mhm.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm glad that you guys did this because that also helps me to figure out more like who I should be killing and who I shouldn't be killing.
It helps for us too, just to see like how messed up one of our companions are before throwing a potion at them or something like that.
Yeah. It totally depends because if you have Ravenous that play, you know, they may be just like, I'm going to try to make that Ravenous kill counter just grow. So, but with me, I'm more like, I'll balance it. Unless it's backstory specific, in which case you are
Tunnel vision.
Pretty much.
I'm sure
Oh.
one day there's gonna be scripted deaths.
There will never be scripted deaths.
Except for Rigel, who earlier last session, but he was going to die regardless.
I
It's kind of
killed
like a scripted birth.
I killed Yogmig.
Yeah, that's what I
I
meant.
didn't kill Rigel. I made Rigel.
Like, that's the line of a god right there.
What have I done?
Anyway,
Oh, that reminds me of another thing I wanted to do.
if it's on TikTok, I don't want to see it. But if it's for anything that is based on what you're all planning to do to prepare yourself for your delve back into the corrupted constabulary, please let me know. Have you all discussed what you all are going to take with you into the constabulary?
Indeed, we
Oh,
have.
yes.
Oh,
Okay. Tell me.
Maresh will be taking the animated shield, the cloak of protection, and our fine arcane focus, along with 4 healing potions.
Okay.
Quick question for the group. I know, Horseni, you said earlier, Keisha and Halvis are kind of stuffing everybody's bags with X amount of items. And I just want to confirm that. So are we all going with 4 healing potions, 1 antitoxin, 1 neutralizing powder, 1 blizz gel, and 1 ammonia inhalant?
Those are more suggestions. You don't
Okay.
have to go with them.
That it was like, here, I packed your safety lunch.
It could be taken that way. But
I will say take the 4 healing potions though, for sure.
yeah, I don't want to force you into taking something you don't want to take.
Hang on a second. So I've noticed this, that you, especially you, Horsenio, have been making a lot of preparatory and like prophylactic items. Have you been doing that? Specifically to like pack lunches for everybody?
Little bit, yeah. I wanted to make sure that there was 5 of each of those items so that at least one person could have one on them.
Oh, you get a card of
Just in
inspiration
case.
for that. That's awesome. That you have that much foresight that you wanted to do that. That's great. You're a great player. You get a card of inspiration for that.
Then it will need to be flipped, so I already have one.
All right.
Oh boy.
Pick a player.
Oh god.
You know what? I don't want to endanger anyone.
This
so
time it can be yourself.
in that case, I don't want to endanger anybody. So I will pick myself.
Okay. For the rest of the session, you are able to choose a single roll to be a natural 20.
Nice.
Interesting.
Ooh.
Oh, this is gonna be good. Okay.
A lot of face-up cards.
You
with
deserve
guys.
that.
Or a lot of right-side-up cards with you guys. Usually it's not the
Yeah.
case.
I suppose on the note of our little pack lunches, I'll take an antitoxin, a blizz gel, and an ammonia inhalant.
Okay.
I don't need the neutralizing powder because I have natural resistance to acid.
If you take that and you have natural resistance, that gives you double the resistance. So all damage against you would be a 1/4.
Oh, never mind. I guess I will take one then.
Hmm.
I thought it
Resistance
didn't
is-
stack.
Resistances do stack.
That's the
Anybody who-
only time you'll ever get super advantage on
Yeah.
anything.
Anybody who ever tells me otherwise, I don't care. It's my game. Go away.
Well, I think Rigel's going to reach in and more confidently this time grab some items to help him better protect the others, especially Halvis. He's going to grab the Belt of Frost Giant Strength, one of the +1 battle axes,
Okay.
and the +1 shield. So he's going to wield that battle axe one-handed,
One-handed.
single-handedly.
Got it.
And then
Don't use your 4 healing.
yes, and the 4 healing.
Okay. I don't think I've heard from Halvis yet.
I'm gonna take the Elven Chain, the 9 drow poison bolts,
Awesome.
4 healing potions, 1 greater healing potion, the wand of the war mage, the 1 antitoxin, 1 neutralizing, 1 blizz, and 1 ammonia, and the ring of protection and the stone of protection.
Ioun Stone of Protection?
Yes.
Okay, just remember that that one's attunement.
Yep.
Okay. That's Halvis's
And
loadout. Is that all?
Keisha will be bringing basically her loadout from last week. So that would be an explosive battle axe, the antitoxin, the neutralizing powder, blizz gel, ammonia inhalant, 4 healing potions, the last greater healing potion, 2 chaff suspensions, the winged boots, and the tower shield.
Okay. So that you're aware, the Tower Shield is a homebrew item. That is something that you can deploy. When you deploy it and you stand directly behind it in the square that you deploy it on, so you deploy it on one of the sides of your squares. When you stand directly behind it, it gives you 3/4 cover, which also applies to dexterity saving throws against things like breath attacks or fireballs.
Is it possible to deploy the shield and then walk away from it, or do I have to be holding on to it?
No, you don't.
Okay. Got it.
It pretty much provides an extra wall of cover.
That's what I was hoping for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got. That's why a machinist is the one who makes it. Or the smith is the one who makes it, because you and fire it down into the ground. It's like the old kite shields. You're supposed to jam them into the ground and then use your crossbow over top. The English were nasty in warfare tactics in medieval times. So, my bigger question is, Halvis, are you taking any of the undead with you?
Yes. We'll take. I'll take 2 skeletons and 2 zombies. We'll leave the ritual-looking skeleton back for now.
Copy that. All right. Copying them and putting them over into the new map. So, does everybody feel well-equipped for this upcoming encounter?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. In which case, you all go back to the second floor of the corrupted constabulary, and you begin your search anew. As you are here, the bodies of the Per Machine and of the Amalgamate Clay Golem are gone because you've taken them, and it seems that nobody else has come through this way. It is now yours to search.
Well, on the plus side, if we run into any locked doors, I got 2 skeleton keys. And if that don't work, we got the rebar lockpick.
The rebar lockpick? You mean the...
I'm sorry, the rebarbarian lockpick.
Perfect.
The bar battering ram?
Well, let's get this started. I'll open up this door right here at the top.
Okay. As you open up this door, you see a long hallway. This long hallway is covered in chains. You can see that there are shackles and manacles that are attached to every single one of these chains. This was somewhere to hold prisoners. Unlit torches line the walls. There are 2 doors here. Each one of the doors appear to be banded with metal. I'm going to mark the doors because sometimes my map making software makes doors hard to find. And that's my own fault. But each one of those doors do not have handles nor a keyhole. They are simply a large wood and metal barrier.
Keisha, darling,
Yes.
you think you could break through these doors?
Okay. You're just gonna go to this door and just smash the door open.
Roll me an attack roll. Okay. You take your explosive battle axe and you get the worst hand stings.
Ow. Well, that's sturdier than I thought they'd be.
You notice that there's
And-
like a wave on the door after you hit it.
Oh, this isn't a normal door. There's
Oh.
there's like a wavy stuff on it.
Spam. Like spam single.
Good try, Keisha. I appreciate the effort.
Spam singles are my favorite too.
Spam is great.
No.
I've never had spam before.
You know you could actually get like spam sushi in Germany? I didn't know that. Until I saw that I can get spam sushi in Berlin.
Oh wow.
It's really good. I forgot what the actual term of it is called. Like musubi maybe? Something
Musubi?
like that, where it's where it's just spam, rice, and I think just wrapped in seaweed.
Delicious as well.
Why do I get the feeling that you could make a whole character out of this, Sorsenio?
Ha!
I just might. I'll make a chef.
We're getting a little bit off topic, but I have to say this out loud. When I got to like I've went to a game shop at one point, and I was one of those like I pay $15, I play in a volunteer DM session. I was a piece of bread that carried itself around with Mage Hand, and I was a wizard. I had 1 hit point. That was my negotiation.
Oh my
I
god.
survived to the end of that session.
That is awesome.
Okay.
What was your DC or what was your AC? You were probably tiny, so it probably is really high. Really?
I was bread,
Wow.
man.
I mean, if you were just floating bread, I mean, you could have just dodged anything unless they were that precise.
I was delicious, and this was in like the middle of summer in New York. There was no
Okay,
one who
we-
wanted to touch me.
That is awesome.
Definitely need to hear more of that story later.
Sure.
Quoted.
So, is everybody good? Are we all back?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rather than aggressively smashing the door open, Keisha's just gonna attempt it the normal way and try to open the door as a normal person would.
Okay. You try to push the door, and the more the pressure that you push forward, the more pressure sort of returns to your hand, and you feel like somebody's pushing against you.
Okay, it doesn't feel like this door wants to be open. It's pushing back at me.
Okay. I don't think any of us know detect magic, so we can't figure. Well, let's try out the other doors then.
Where would you like to go?
Right is always right, as they say. This one.
Okay. You go up against another one of these doors, and again, this door is shut. There doesn't appear to be a way to open it. There's no door handle, no key lock. This wall has all the unlit torches, and as you go up towards it, you push, and it pushes back.
Ah. Okay.
I'll send one of the skeletons to the door on the left and see if he can push that one open.
Okay. You just see a skeleton just slowly... Same thing. It's actively pushing them away. You can see that they're not actually touching the door. When that's happening, they're maybe about a centimeter before the door is actually there. They're pushing onto something that's like an invisible barrier.
I want to go down where the ballista is and look for a lever or button might be hidden.
Okay. So the ballista is still loaded. As you look down there, go ahead and roll me a... You know what you're looking for, so you can either do an investigation check or a perception check.
investigation.
Natural
Hey.
20.
Ooh.
Nice.
So you look around everywhere to find some kind of a lever or some kind of information. The only thing that you can find is that inside of each one of these vases that are nearby is some kind of brackish liquid that smells acrid. So whatever's inside of this is some kind of an active agent. What you know for a fact, since you rolled a natural 20, is that the 3 levers that are on the wall next to you control the ballista. If you pulled any of them, you could potentially fire it. There's no other method here to open doors. You do see the 2 lit braziers that are on either side. They do appear to have a lot of sticks coming out of the top of them that are still burning. You believe them to be most likely enchanted because they were like this when you came down many days ago.
Would I know what this or can I see if I know what this liquid in these vases are?
Roll me. You can either give me a nature check or an arcana check, whichever is best for you. Arcana.
Nice.
Okay. Looking inside of this, you know that this liquid in here is the base ingredients to be able to make your own synthesized poison. Synthesized
to
poison
remember that.
is one of my bomb items, one of the bomb alchemies. So like alchemist fire, vial of acid, you throw it and it does a certain amount of damage. These are the components that are separated in order to make a synthesized poison bomb. There's enough for 20 of them in these vases.
Oh my god.
Holy crud.
We'll have to remember to take those back with us.
Dr. Iris would know what to do with those.
So again, too, in this hallway, there is a door to the north and to the south.
Yeah. I believe this north one is where the golem came up. So
It did.
hopefully it's not locked.
Okay, you try to push on this one. It is not opening.
Uh-huh. Cool.
Rigel, try to open the one that's down here.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing.
Same goes for this one.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all still about a millimeter off, correct?
All still about a centimeter, not a millimeter.
Or centimeter.
So it is noticeable. Very discernible. The only real light source that you all find are the braziers that are at the end of this hallway next to the ballista. The rest of you have just been going off the light source coming from that.
My friends, what if we tried to open all the doors at the same time? We've got a lot of people here.
Okay.
Everyone pick a door. Alvis, send your skeletons.
Mr. Rigel
Oh.
will be ready next to his door.
I'll put 2 up there. From here.
Okay?
And we'll put 1 here.
Okay. You all
On
count
the count
down.
of 3. 1, 2, 3!
As all the zombies and skeletons push forward, you all press. Still resisted.
I have one other idea.
Maresh, you've tried to see what all the rest of them are doing. Sir Rigel, you can see what everybody else is doing. And you can see that everything is, everyone's still having that issue. It's all in black and white, but you can still, see that it's happening.
You said you had an idea, Halvis?
Go ahead.
Yes. First, I would like to take a torch off the wall and light it.
Okay. As that happens, you watch as the torch that's nearest you lights up, and it lights up very quickly, all as though it was covered in fuel. As that happens, you hear a coming from the door that you're next to.
I pushed the door open.
As you open the door, you look inside and you find a kitchen.
Oh.
There is food that is on the table, currently being prepared. This room is incredibly bright, with a fire that is raging a bit out of control in the stove. This room is very hot.
I'll shoot a ray of frost to douse the fire.
You, and as that happens, the fire cools down a bit.
Well,
Just so that you're all aware, the door next to Keisha and Sir Rigel did not open. Only the one next to Halvis.
right. I think we should light up all these torches in here. I think that'll remove this barrier.
Oh, okay.
And I will light
Keisha
up a
proceeds
light
to light
bulb
this
here.
one.
And
Okay.
Rigel will go and light this one.
Okay. As though you were Ocarina of Time in the Dooku tree, you light all of the torches. And as that happens, you listen to each one of the doors. And not only is the room very well lit, but you notice that all of the doors slowly and open up on their own. Give me just a moment, please, and I will reveal all of the rooms you have currently opened. You may search them as you wish. You just have to tell me which room with a ping, please. Give me just a moment. I am almost finished.
Rigel's just going to head back down toward Halvis. It's not
Okay.
going to wander off.
Okay, but this room does open.
Does this is this little note here? Is that just for decoration, or is that actually a piece of paper that's there?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. Perception. Where?
Okay. You weren't there, but you remember the stories coming from those who were on the wall of Felden's birth. And then you remember how they described the battlements that were on the wall. This looks exactly like how they described. And the parchment depicts exactly where all of the battlements were. These were plans for siege.
Oh, that's not good. Keisha calls to everybody saying, "Hey, some of you were at the defense of Felden's Cairn birth, right?
Birth.
Birth, yeah, that place. These
Do you
pieces
see
of
how hard it
parchment."
is? It's so hard. Karen just sounds so much better, but I named it Birth when I made it.
Now I know how you feel when, for one, mixing up the names, and two,
Oh, yeah.
getting thrown off track of what you're trying to say.
Yep.
The delayed laughter just killed me.
That one got me so bad. Oh, God.
that is
Horsenio,
a
you're going to get a card
great
of
present.
inspiration for that because, God, I hope that gets clipped. It's so perfect.
I'm gonna clip it. I'll clip it, like in the VOD, but I'll definitely remember it.
That's
It's
fine.
almost 2 hours in. You're gonna have to flip it because I already have one.
This is a weird session, and I love it.
This is amazing.
What card is it this time?
Keisha, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, shite.
Oh no.
Okay. Dexterity saving throw.
Okay. As you're searching across and trying to get all the information from this parchment, you happen to slip just a little bit and put a little bit of weight on the table. As that happens, you hear a and it sounds like something has shifted. As that happens, you watch as something from the far end, which is wrapped in a chain, starts to move very quickly. As that happens, you watch as one of the levers start to... You duck out of the way just in time to watch the arrow fire off. And as it happens, it just nearly grazes your neck as it just passes by, landing on the wall behind you. You see a massive poison-coated spear landing on the wall right behind you. You are not hit by the ballista, but now the ballista is unloaded.
Woo.
That was a little close for comfort.
Okay, 2 things. I almost got shot. And 2, there's plans over here about the destruction of the city. And Keisha takes the notes and brings it back to the group.
Okay, you do so.
Well, there's some of our evidence we may be required to present.
Okay. So, from all of the rooms that I have revealed to you, also too, yes, from all the rooms that I have revealed to you, is there anywhere specifically you would like to go?
Elvis would like to search the bedroom, which I think Marish is also.
Yep, I was just gonna say, bedroom looks most interesting because of this little bookshelf over here.
Rigel will stay by the door, but just kind of keep an eye out on the general area.
Okay. There is a singular door that is to the northwest side of this room. The bedroom looks well made. Aside from the sloshiness of what you assume to be the clay golem, this room is very well kept. There is a great deal of bottles of alcohol on the table. The fireplace is still going. And the bookshelf is very, very eclectic. There's there's also 2 shields, a longsword, a greatsword, and a rapier that is on the other end of the bed. They don't look like much, but they're functional.
I'd like to rifle through the bookshelf for anything. Is the bookshelf like dusty at all?
The bookshelf is very clean.
Okay. And I'll just rifle through it, see if there's anything interesting.
Okay. Investigation or perception, whichever you want to do.
Excellent.
Okay. So as you look through, you notice that there are a few books that are so out of place here. There's books that are like romance novels, and then how-to guides, and then language assistance, and then cookbooks, and then what you think is a spell book, and then other books that look to be reference and encyclopedia. This is such an eclectic mix. Are there any of those that you're trying to get?
I'm sorry, you just froze for me. I only heard about it.
Cookbooks, language books, survival books, something that may be a spell book, and other things. Big takeaway is that there may be a spell book there. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Knowing us, we'll go with the other things.
I do want to check out the spell book, but I also want to check out the cookbooks. Still looking for a way to cook up that dragon tongue.
Okay. Yeah. You find a good cookbook that's all about Cajun cooking, and as you look through it, there's also a Jamaica cookbook as well that you could potentially cook some delicious dragon tongue.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Did you find anything useful in that, Maresh?
Personally, yes. But there's also an interesting.
This is amazing.
Oh God, that's the biggest just wow. Mercy, you know I'm giving you a card for that. That was awesome.
Just out of context, they're going, yeah, I found something. That's pretty good for me.
Oh man. That's a
Dragon
good one.
tongue's on the menu for tonight.
I also found this book. It seems to be a spell book. Maybe you should check it out. This something useful for you.
I'm always interested in spell books.
Okay. As you look through it, it is a spell book.
What kind of spells am I looking? Just random spells or specific? What's what I'm looking for? Classes.
Okay. This isn't a specific class of wizard that went through. This appears to be a specific set of spells that are only for level 3. So it's a 3rd level spell book. It's going to take you some time to sit down and discern which are which, because they're not written in a language you understand. But it's a language that you would be able to decipher. The arcane is the arcane. That's not going to be a problem. It's the notation that's tricky for you.
Trying to force myself to finish this.
I will put the book in my pack. And Maresh, I believe, did you find a language book
I did,
by chance?
I
There
see
were a
when we
few
were
of them.
opening Friday schools.
Today's not Friday.
Who
Thursday.
is that? Who is that? It's Thursday.
There's still some pills left.
Oh,
No, I don't.
sorry. That's my kids and my wife in the background.
Hello, kids and wife.
Yes, I do believe there were some language books here.
No.
Okay.
Probably should take them with us just to have them, so we might be able to learn some new languages along the way as well.
I see. So we're taking the language books, the cookbooks, and the spell.
Okay. If
think-
somebody can please write that down, because I have to come up with all of those things that are not the spell book.
I think Rigel would also head in, just seeing everybody kind of gathering around this bookshelf. And so there's a featured knowledge from a past life. When you make an ability check to use the skill, you can roll a d6. Can he potentially try to see if there's anything like almost like a cookbook, like a brewing book, anything that might jog his memory?
Perception, investigation, or history check, I guess?
Okay.
With the way that you said it, you made history such a viable role for this.
Okay, let me try.
Okay. Looking
wait.
through, not
Never
okay.
mind.
What's up?
Oh, sorry, I was clicking the wrong thing. I'm trying to do the knowledge from a past life to add to the roll. Okay.
Okay, so 10. You don't find any sort of brewing books, but you think that there may be something in the reference. So you take the reference books and you try to pull one. As that happens, you pull all 10. And you hear a...
Oh. I'm just gonna kind of look back at the others and see if I can push anything. Like, I hear
Can
a
you
click.
be more specific?
Does anything happen with the bookshelf
That's
when I hear a click?
You heard the click coming from the bookshelf. And all 10 of those reference books seems to have moved at the same time.
Okay, then I'll look back at the others and try to move the bookshelf to the side if I can.
Okay. You take the bookshelf and it's not moving. But you can feel some kind of a give. After a little bit of time, you realize it can pull out. You've unlocked a secret passage.
Secret tunnel.
Rigel's just gonna look as surprised as anybody.
And behind that, you find a single dais that is inside of a tub of water. The water is glistening, and the dais shines like diamonds.
Ooh. As a water genasi, could I tell anything special about this water?
Yes, it's special water. I'm not being silly. It's just really clear water.
It's that fancy water.
I'm not being facetious on that. I'm sorry if it came off that way. It's just very, very clear water, and there is like something glistening within it.
Alright, well. I'll take a little handful of it. Take a sip.
Okay. Give me a second. I need to look up what this does to you. So can you please roll me 2d10?
And
Okay. I didn't see it come up on my side. Did you all see what it was? There it is. Okay.
17 total.
Okay. So, as you're looking at this, and as you drink the water that's coming from this dais that's within it, you feel good. You feel rejuvenated. There's something about what has just happened and this drink that you've just had that make you feel like you can take on the world.
interesting.
Okay. I also need for you to roll a d6.
That's a 4.
Okay. You have gained 4 maximum hit points.
Fire.
Nice.
Hooray!
It's not permanent. It's for the rest of the session. You have gained
Still,
an
we can-
extra. You have gained an extra 4 to your hit dice.
I need to remember what I was at before.
Raj's
So
just gonna go
just
back
write
to the
that
outside
down.
of the room.
You should be good to go.
Yep.
I will come over here and gently try to open this door.
Okay. As you push on the door, this door is just the normal, old, casual, old locked. You can clearly see a large lock on the door, large keyhole, and a doorknob beneath it. This one's just plain old, good old locked.
Can I search the room for a key?
Investigation check.
Investigation.
You search the room up and down, but you cannot find a key. Also, I am very, very sorry, everybody. I need another 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Potty
You are the
break.
best. Thank you all so much for being so wonderful.
I think this
Brute force.
might be time for a barbarian, or I'm sorry, a re-barbarian lockpick.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Breaking
Ever since I heard that last session with the re-barbarian, it stuck in my head. And it has to be
Curious about
said
some of
that way.
these. Yes. I'm kind of curious about some of these like shields and stuff that we see down in this bottom room.
Alice, do you have detect magic?
I don't think so.
You did.
Need another screen. No, I do not.
Okay.
Rigel's phone, get ready. Oh, I have to remember to turn off my rage.
I'm so happy that there's another person who can cast polymorph now.
I don't know if it's going to be as calculated as what Maresh has done. I have some ideas with it, so we'll see how that goes.
I mean, for all we know, it could just be like, for the hell of it, I'll do it.
It could be like a random roll table, a little bit like wild shape or wild magic.
I didn't even think about that until right now, but that sounds like a great idea.
I had a thought after you got it, but I didn't have time before the Rothe went over the bridge.
Imagine using polymorph and it just turns it into an even worse monster.
Which would be cool, but I don't think I have enough room on my Excel sheet for the amount of monsters I have.
You can polymorph yourself, right?
Yes.
That's mostly what I was thinking of. I didn't even consider him polymorphing somebody else.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Just thinking of like angry and then turn into a thing.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, so that's what's happening with your character. Sir Rigel, I'm guessing that you're in front of that door because you're going to Barbarian Skeleton Key this thing?
Yep.
Roll me an attack.
Let her rip.
Yeah. As you take your battle axe to the door handle, you destroy the key lock with a 26 to hit. Good lord. As that happens, you open this up.
Keisha's gonna go into this doorway and realize what Sir Rigel did. And she's gonna go, "That's what I was trying to do."
Oh, is that?
This door
The
was not
next one.
magicked. However, there is a chest that is iridescent and glowing.
I throw a dagger at it.
Okay. You throw a dagger
Fair.
at it. As the dagger hits the chest, it shatters into 1,000 pieces.
You mean the dagger, right?
The dagger, right.
Okay.
Oh, I thought the
I was gonna-
chest just shattered.
And I was like, well, that's a missed opportunity.
You'll never know.
That would be cool, but no, it didn't.
Well, I don't think mimics can do that, so let's open the chest.
Are you sure you want to touch it?
Yeah, not with my bare hands. No. Don't I have a thing?
Like a stick.
We didn't bring the extendable pole.
I have a crowbar in my adventure. I'll try to see if that works.
Okay. Are you going to attempt to pry this thing open with a crowbar?
Yeah.
Okay. You take a crowbar, and as you jam it into the in-between portion where you believe it to be liftable, You jam it in, and you hear a. Roll me a strength check.
Oh, this is gonna go poorly. Literally have an 8 strength score.
You have advantage on this too because it's a crowbar.
Oh, okay. And one more.
Okay. As you take the crowbar and you jam it in, you and you watch it shatter at the place where you brought it in.
Uh-oh.
Well, I tried.
Sir Rigel, do you want to help me open it?
He'll nod and step forward.
Okay.
And Keisha is not going to bring any tools. She's just going to go barehanded. Try
Okay.
to pry it open with her hands.
Is this a one after the other situation, or are you both doing this?
Oh, he's gonna put his axe away, realizing what we're doing now.
Keisha didn't really specify, so.
Nope. Keisha was about to lose a finger. Then yes, I'll hold one end of it.
Okay.
Are we pulling sideways? Just break it open the center like a Christmas popper.
Got it.
Yeah.
No, that's
I need for both of you all to roll me a Constitution's saving throw.
Yeah.
Ouchies.
Keisha, as you try to go right underneath one of the lips of this, you grab it and you know that you have a good handle on it. Your fingers feel numb all of a sudden. Sir Rigel, as you grab the sides of it, you feel them pierce your fingers.
I think we should break it.
Okay. Are you pulling or pushing it? Cause I can't feel anything anymore.
I'll use my axe.
That might be a smarter idea.
Okay. Okay, before we do so, Keisha, I need for you to roll me 2d10.
2d10. 12.
You look down at your fingers and they are sliced bloody.
Owies.
You take 12 points of damage.
Got it. Oh, I'll just do it here.
Okay. Sir Rigel, you take your axe, you raise it up above your head. Your axe
Whoa.
shatters.
Oh,
That's not good.
Please remove the +1 battle axe from your inventory. It is now gone.
he'll grab his good old trusty great axe then.
Okay.
This doesn't seem to
Is-
work.
Is there anything else in there besides the chest, guys? Because we might have to think of a different strategy for that one.
Yeah.
Most likely. Can't really move it either, and then Keisha displays her hands. Because of that.
You see a very, very deep gash going in a straight line across her fingers.
What's with these bags up here? Is there anything in them?
You look inside of each one of the bags, and they are all foodstuffs. They all look like they are fresh picked. Most of them are vegetables. Some of them are meats. All of them look fresh.
Are these more bags of gentle repose?
Roll me an Arcana check. You find a dozen bags of gentle repose.
Sick.
Nice.
Can I ask a question?
Mhm.
Maresh, did you just walk over your bleeding friend to go look at some bags of food? Like, oh yeah, your hands are bleeding. Great, what's over here?
Keisha's all about blood. She's
Okay.
everyone has a healing potion. If you're so worried, you use one.
Oh.
I see that may have killed conversation for a hot second. Would you like to use a healing potion?
No, okay, I'm okay. Keisha's be fine. She's gonna suck it up for a little bit.
Gotcha. Okay. As you are in this room and you look at this chest, you realize that this chest is not made out of wood or metal. It is made out of some kind of crystal.
Well,
You can
Would
see
I
that
be
there
able
is
to-
something inside. You can see that there are many scrolls, and they are all wrapped in some kind of strange membrane.
if I emptied out one of the bags, would I be able to stuff the chest in it, or is it too big?
You try.
I'll do that.
Okay. So you take one of the bags, you empty it out entirely. This one is full of a bunch of gourds, a bunch of hard-shelled vegetables and fruits and things like that, pumpkins, and a bunch of other game meats, probably some venison, things like that. You dump it all out. You grab both ends of the chest and you try to jimmy the bag around it. You wrap around all sides. You lift it up. You try to pull it in. As that happens, you just hear zzz, and the chest completely tears through the bag. You have 11 bags of gentle repose. Roll me an intelligence check, everyone. Sir Vigil, Keisha, Maresh.
I feel personally attacked by that.
Intelligence.
Okay.
Check, right? Not saving throw.
Check.
I mean, you do have that thing where you can make a roll a natural. You could make that a natural 20. You could
I
make
could, but I'm saving it for something very specific.
Sir Halvis, I think you were very wise.
Okay, I'm just letting
He
everybody
is
else know.
smarticles.
You don't have to worry about dice to know what's going on in the game. So if you know what's going on, you can just shout it out. And I'll probably even give you a card of inspiration.
That chest is made out of the Zarkadian crystals.
And?
It
Other
destroys
bad
Razor
magic.
blades.
It destroys magic.
Magic and or like just physical items in general. Because you threw a normal dagger at it, right?
Yeah.
And-
It's cursed. Maybe.
Okay.
More than likely, it has some form of protection spell on it too. But I don't see how that would work if the Zarkadian crystals.
By the way,
destroy it.
when Keisha and Sir Rigel were trying to pry it open, did the reaction to it happen as soon as we touched it or as soon as we tried opening it?
As soon as you touched it.
Got it. Okay. So we can't physically move it if we wanted to.
You notice that Maresh was able to.
Keisha's just gonna hide behind Resh. You touch it again. It hurt me last time, but you're fine with it apparently. It likes you.
Wait.
I don't. I'd rather not try and touch it, just in case.
For
Okay.
I don't want to say argument's sake, but for just to try something, I want to. There's tankards on that table, correct?
Yes.
Or cups,
Well, no. Bottles.
bottles.
Are you thinking of the water?
Yes. I want to empty out one of the bottles if there's not an empty one.
They're all
and
empty.
Put some of the. I'll take an empty bottle, put some of the water from the dais in it, and dump it on the chest.
Okay. You take the water from the trough. You notice that there's not that much water left. There's maybe about 2 of those bottles full. And the more that it goes down, the more that you realize that that dais is not a part of that trough. But as you take the rest of it and you put it over the rest of that chest, you just now have a wet chest. Hang on.
Oh wow.
You just put water over. God damn.
The container, the footlocker.
Yeah. It's no.
See, this is what happens when you have a purely role-playing session.
Ah.
Rip. There's the clip.
So-
Clip,
You have-
maybe typed out quote. We'll see what happens.
Do you want to ask a question about when, and this is Rigel wouldn't have anything to do with this. I'm just trying to better understand this as a player. Maresh went into the trough area, and there was something in the water, correct?
The dais is inside the trough. Yes.
Oh, was that the thing that was shining in the water?
Let me be a little bit more clear. Here's the trough. The dais is about this tall above it, and it's spilling water over into the trough. The shininess is some kind of like if you would suspend glitter in oil. Does that make sense?
Okay, yes. It's not like a thing that was like at the bottom of the water or anything.
No. It's
Okay.
like flowing within it. And as Halvis went back to get more of that bottle, he realized that the dais was not a part of the trough.
Let's go and grab that thing then.
Okay. You try to grab it. It is at least 300 pounds.
Oof. Sir Rigel,
Mm-hmm.
I could use a hand in here.
Sorry, I forgot who I was for a second. So Rigel's just gonna follow him in.
This just could be like sassy Sir Rigel. Brave,
Yeah.
sassy Sir Rigel.
I'm here.
Of course you need my help. I'll be right there.
We were talking about how Sir Rigel could currently be wearing a very pretty floral dress. I'm cool with that if we want to make that canon.
No, I have a different direction for it.
Okay, gotcha.
How
So-
can I help Maresh?
As Sir Rigel goes over and Maresh guides to pull this out, you find it is incredibly heavy. This is made out of something that is either marble or something very, very close. But as strong as you are able to lift this out with your strong back, pull this out, put it onto the floor, and then you realize that this is a beautiful, absolutely meticulous sculpture that still pours out a constant stream of water that covers the entirety of the dais. I agree.
Yeah, there's something
There is
there.
something.
There is something.
I don't know if it's.
He's just gonna, if possible, walk it back in here
Mm-hmm.
in a kind of like, I have found a thing, or I have a thing in my hands. Not I
Okay.
have found a thing, that's Maresh.
You can clearly see an arcane rune on the very top of it. Can I please have Halvis, if you're available? Family, love, health,
Yep,
and,
I'm here.
and work always comes first. So if anything has to happen, you have to pull away. You just have to say it. All right? We're totally cool with that. You're never obligated to stay with us for the entire time. So if anything does come up, you always are welcome to head out. If that does come up.
I've been just muting when I see the green circle pop up around my name, just so you guys ain't getting the back feed from my house.
No worries at all. Like I said, love, work, family, and health always come first.
I mean, speaking of, I literally stepped away for a few minutes because Night Haze came by my house giving me food because she realized how buzzed I was on stream.
Oh my goodness. That's the sweetest.
Thank you.
Speaking of, Viz, get some food.
Amazing
I'm-
partners.
The timing. The timing.
Yeah, that's
I
awesome.
want to run downstairs and give my partner food.
Or make them give you food. You're on stream right now.
That's true.
Just like send them a message saying, "Hey, where's my stuff at?"
Get on that, Copernican.
I don't know if I can trust it to end up with the same delicious outcome.
So you
Okay.
said people needed to make an Arcana check.
Arcana check for the spellcasters, please. Maresh and Halvis. Sir Rigel, why did you roll an intelligence check?
We were all supposed to roll intelligence check when we were trying to just figure out stuff about the chest.
Ah, right.
It was not recent.
Why did I miss that you rolled a natural 1?
I don't know.
That's about right for this session.
Okay. In which case, I should have told you something. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, Sir Rigel, you're just like, Maresh touched it! That's what went through your head.
All right.
But with your Arcana check, Halvis, you notice that on the very, very top, the symbol that's on top of that is for fortitude, mostly for abjuration. So on the dais that Rigel picked up, moved into the bedroom, that is mostly for fortitude.
Fortitude. Does that mean it's being artificially made heavier?
And you said that it's still spouting out water, right? As he moves it out of the room that Maresh was in.
Not as though it's a fountain, but more as though it is constantly wet. Like
Got
a little bit of water seems to be coming out from somewhere.
Okay. Does it look like Sir Rigel is struggling holding it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's going to put it down.
Oh, okay.
Going
Keisha
to put
will-
it down and then just go back to where he was, outside of the door.
Keisha, with her bloodied hands, will help her or help Sir Rigel put it down, and then move back away.
Well then,
Okay.
I wanted to try one more thing.
What's that?
With the remaining water in the trough, I'll wet my hands
Okay.
and then try to go open the chest again.
Okay. You go, you put your hands on the chest, and you open it up.
Well, whoever made that point was right.
Oh, you did the thing!
I got it open!
Wow, Keisha didn't see what happened. She just assumed that Maresh is just that strong. So Keisha's like, "Wow, you're so strong."
Okay.
Yes. I'll remove the chest content.
Okay. As you remove the chest contents, you notice that there are 3 scrolls within. Each one of them is labeled 1, 2, 3. But they have a symbol underneath. What languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Draconic, Elvish, Infernal, Primordial, and Undercommon.
Infernal.
Ooh, that's concerning.
You notice that there is a large ring inside there. Very large ring. And there is also what appears to be an empty scabbard.
Is there any distinct markings on the scabbard that would identify a faction?
There is. Not a faction, but there is something that is written across it. Also in Infernal, it's written Stinger.
Okay.
Got it.
You wrote it all down? Fantastic. All right, let's take these with us. We can get these identified later.
Okay.
I'm very interested in that ring.
Okay. So, are there any other places you wish to search? Also, only Keisha. Roll me a perception check.
Ooh.
Keisha, ever since you've been in this room, you have been sure that you have been smelling a strong scent of blood coming from the vicinity of the fireplace.
From here,
Mm-hmm.
Keisha is gonna go over there without saying a word and inspect it.
Okay. The scent is intense. Roll me an investigation check. It's a 7.
Oof.
Okay. So as you look through, you can't see anything about this fireplace that tells you anything more than what you already know. But something doesn't feel right here. Something's wrong.
Before everyone goes, I noticed something is wrong with this fireplace. I smell blood coming from it.
Well, that's concerning.
Our
I
hands
can't
are
see
bleeding.
anything else. Well, yes, it's that, but I can't. I smell specific blood coming from this direction.
Allow me to douse that fire. And I'll shoot a ray of frost.
You shoot a ray of frost inside, nothing happens. It passes by without any sort of effect.
Oh.
Do we feel warmth, or does Keisha feel any warmth from the fire?
Looking into it, you do. But as Maresh's ray of frost goes past, you feel no cold. You only feel the warmth. Now roll me an
Did you
intelligence check, please.
Just Keisha? Or
Just Keisha.
okay.
Okay, not too bad.
You don't feel nearly as much warmth as you should this close to a fire. And not only that, but Maresh just fired off a ray of frost right next to you. You should have felt that. You didn't feel any of it.
This is looking weird. I don't think this fire is real. And Keisha is going to go just run through it.
Okay. You duck down and you try to run through it. Roll me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, this isn't good.
Okay. You are going to take 18 points of psychic damage, but you do run your way through.
Okay.
As that happens and you look on the other side, the entire room next to you is covered in blood, viscera, and bones. As you look
Oh my
up,
God.
you notice that there is what looks to be a massive hole that goes up into like a avicular direction. And you notice that there are many, many blades and metal striations and serrations that go through this hole. And that entire hole is covered in those, in that viscera. Looking down at you is one of the drow that you fought when you first came into this area. They are heavily decomposing, and they are fully armed and equipped. And you know this is the one that dropped to his death before he could throw down an Enel Els Dalo.
Keisha just starts shouting from the room after, because she's heard of what happened when they first entered this area and the drow that dropped and all of that. And she's like, "This is the guy. I'm seeing a hole and lots of other corpsey things. I think the guy that was about to drag Nels was gonna put her in here and outright kill her, and then he committed suicide in here." He seems to be fully geared. Does anyone want any of his stuff since he's not using it?
Does this mean
Uh,
we do not need the Rothe?
yeah, sounds like that's your
It's
blood, Keisha.
possible. Is this enough blood for Keisha to use?
No. It's been dead for 3 days.
Got it. And like all the blood around here is like fried and stuff, right?
Coagulated.
Yeah. Without waiting for a response, she starts like taking the stuff off of the drow and just throwing it over like out of the room.
Okay. You rip the drow from the ceiling. As you do, you pull apart most of what was keeping him together. So it's a little gross, but as that happens, you are able to take away what you are. He was wearing studded leather armor. He had a pawafwi. A pawafwi being an underdark cloak of non-detection. It helps to hide you from anybody using infrared or anybody who can see you using blind sight. He had 2 short swords, both of them poisoned-edged, and 4 bolts of drow poison, meant for hand crossbows.
Keisha, are you all right in there?
I will say, Keisha, with the amount of blood in this room, roll me a d20. Are you going to roll higher or lower than me before you roll it?
I'll roll higher.
Roll a 16.
Ooh.
But
All right. So, with the amount of dried blood in here, it's just not enough to get Rose Red to activate.
okay.
Oh, well.
And with that, Keisha is gonna head back out. Does she suffer any more damage after walking through the fire again?
No, only once.
Okay, sick.
Okay. So you come out with all the stuff.
Because I believe I forgot to actually do it during loadout. Keisha, would you mind if I took those 2 short swords?
Sure.
I take the 2 short swords and I hand them to the skeletons.
Okay. You may add an acid-edged short sword to your inventory, and that's going to be the exact same thing. So it'll do acid damage on D&D Beyond, but we'll just translate it to poison if they make the attacks.
Rigel's gonna look around and see if he can find another axe. He has his axe, but you can never have too many axes.
Okay. Perception check at advantage. Okay. You go into what appears to be an active forge room to your south. This was the door that you opened. So as you go in, you can find another axe. There are at least 4 battle axes in here, 1 great axe.
Just gonna pick up another battle axe.
Okay.
There's
Pick up
many
another
more
battle
weapons in here for your friends, Halvis.
Unfortunately, only the skeletons can use weapons. The zombies are just too mindless to wield.
You notice that there's a door to the south, an unlit torch next to it.
Well, we know this song and dance. I'll light the torch.
Okay.
Open
You
the
light
door.
that, and as you do, the door opens. You go inside and find what appears to be a lumber storage room, also with a bunch of Balliste Spear.
Ooh.
There is an unlit torch in this room, and an unlit torch that is glowing faintly green.
Is there anything in this cauldron down here?
Investigation check or perception, whichever's best. You look inside, and as you look inside, you find nothing. There's nothing inside there.
Okay.
That's all.
Well, I've already drunken some mysterious water today. I might as well light the mysterious torch.
Okay. You light the green torch. As that happens, you watch as those two stacks of wood separate from the center. And they open up into an entirely new room with the staircase leading down.
Yo, let's go. I found the way down, you guys. This place is freaking huge.
Here in
Rigel
Vereldium, we
ahead.
only have 3 sizes. Wee, not so wee, and huge! Sorry. I've been waiting to use that quote for ages. And also... Tonight's a weird night, but I'm really enjoying this session. This is a good session. This is fun. Arsenio, are you still with me, buddy?
Oh yeah, I was muted.
There he is.
Did
I
you
was
know you
talking
were
to my-
muted? It sounds
No.
like you were surprised.
Yeah, I was talking to myself for a little bit.
Okay.
What, did you have any input that we missed that you wanted to add to this?
Nothing other than the fact that that line is totally clip-worthy. And a question of, is this a door?
Uh-huh.
All right.
You know what they do.
Yeah, at this point, Keisha's been sliced, burned. She's got nothing else. Screw it, yeah, she'll open this up.
That's the F-it door.
Yep, just for her friends, she'll take all the hits.
You see on the other side, this is something of a common area. There are bowls of food and bottles of drink covering all of them.
Are they fresh, or have they been there for a while?
They're all fresh.
There's quite a lot of food in this place.
Someone's
Howard.
still here.
Halvis, could you get your zombies to go and retrieve those bags of food from the top? So we don't have
Yes.
to carry them.
I'm really loving this Maresh. Like, be a deer.
We'll use your minions.
I'm sure they will help carry all this crap out of here.
Maresh is interested in the more magical things. Mundane tasks like carrying food underneath him.
It's like a new show of confidence for Maresh in this session.
Right?
Love it.
I'm gonna walk over to Keisha and I'm gonna shove a healing potion down her throat.
She's gonna be surprised. She's not gonna fight back or anything.
Just imagine how that would go in like any other situation. It's like, it's okay, it's okay. It's like, oh.
Is it the skeleton arm that's shoving this healing potion? Because I feel like that would just be terrifying.
Slightly, yes.
Oh, good.
All right, there we go.
Wait, okay. Goddamn.
What
Another
the?
great potion.
Well,
All
one
these
was a
po-
3, one was a 1.
All these
Aw.
potions are rancid. We need to go talk to like, actually.
Also, Keisha's like 6 feet tall. How is Halvis gonna do this?
Just hop up
My
on her.
arm,
Climb
my
that
arm
like an
will
oak tree.
reach.
Just
Like a
Armory.
go-go gadget arm.
hop on the back of her shell.
A backpack.
So, as a couple of us have mentioned, Resident Evil Village is coming out. So, I'm assuming it's exactly what all of us want to do with Vampire Mistress.
Yes.
Okay,
Climb them.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Sorry, that
They
was
knew
very,
it. They
that
knew
was-
exactly what they were doing when they designed it.
That was very weeb of me.
As somebody who hasn't played the game, I was still mentally on this whole like, oh, Halvis is gonna jump on Keisha like a backpack, and so then that's what I was thinking. Like you, I don't know what vampires have to do with backpacks, but I'm gonna go with it.
The newest.
I made a jump. I'm sorry.
No,
But
I was
yeah.
just on a different page altogether.
A
Yeah, the
Necromancer
newest
halfling
Resident Evil is
backpack
like-
would be fucking amazing.
It'd be terrifying.
Ah,
Terrifying too.
sorry.
Where jar?
But yeah, the newest Resident Evil has like I think what she's 9 feet tall.
Yeah,
9'6".
feet.
Oh my.
She is a very tall goth mommy.
And I think her entire role in the game is to be what's his name, Mr. X, something like that, who just follows you around just
Yeah,
to scare you.
She's that character.
Neo Tyrant.
Yep.
Perfect game system. Okay,
Anyway,
back
Anywho.
into the imaginary world.
So how much food did we pick up? Or bags of food that the undead picked up?
Oh,
Picked up 11. You picked up 11 bags worth of food.
Got it.
It's not enough for a day's worth for your entire caravan.
Okay.
maybe I'll just use it as garnish when I make my dragon tongues.
Or your dragon tongue.
Have a Keisha Halvis. Roll me a perception check.
Keisha with Alvis backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
Nice.
Wow.
He
That works.
climbed it. He climbed a tree, and now he can see everything.
That's my reward for doing something both nice and slightly vicious.
Mhm.
So Keisha, with a non-consensual healing potion in her mouth, has Halvis as a backpack, but Halvis looks over and notices that every single bowl of food in that room is full and is steaming.
I relay that to everybody going, I think some people very abruptly quit eating.
So we should stay on our toes.
Everybody except for Halvis, please roll me an intelligence check. Okay. You all know that for the amount of time that you've been down here, any food should have been cooled by now.
That means they're still here. Also, thank you.
You're welcome, young turtle.
And Keisha will just pick up Halvis from her back and just take her to Sir Rigel, or take him to Sir Rigel.
Okay.
Put him on Rigel's back.
Yeah. This is your responsibility.
So we have a halfling on a dwarf's back.
Okay, so as koala parents, you all are just passing the Halvis.
Oh, we got a healing yodel from Night Haze for Keisha.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Nice.
Great.
2.
Supportive girlfriends are supportive.
I'm taking a lot of
Anyone
risks
is
today.
supportive. Love
All
it.
of this is thankful.
Rigel is just gonna say, "Can I put you down?" He's just more confused than anything.
Oh.
Yes, you could put me down.
You and me both. Okay.
I
Are
can
you
protect
all
better with my arms.
Are you all heading downstairs?
Shall we?
Yes.
Okay, give me just a moment, please.
Okay.
So, you all make your way downstairs. Ignore the tense music. That shouldn't have been that tense at that moment. I can't
You
control
make
the
your way
music.
down-
Thank you very much, Tabletop Audio, for being so amazing. And the undead come back behind you. You find a long hallway. You can see 2 doors nearby. Every single torch that is down here is lit. You can smell something disgusting, decaying, acrid from somewhere in this hallway.
That's probably me.
Oh. Oh.
Rigel's just gonna make sure that he stays between whatever is unknown in the hallway and the rest of the group.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll try to open this door here.
Okay. You are able to open this door. As you open this up, you find that this is full of nothing but forging supplies. And you find that there's an entire shelf full of weapon schematics.
Ooh. I'll take these back to our resident blacksmith.
Okay. There is books upon books upon books of these. How do you want to get them back?
You have your handy haversack.
I did not bring it with me. So I just have my normal. I'll pick up 10 of them. Should be a good amount.
Okay. That will definitely fill your book bag. So I'm going to say that, Maresh, you're full up. You
Yep.
can't take anything else.
Whoa.
Maresh, roll me... 1 second. I have to bring up a list real quick.
Yes.
Roll me
Fit
5d20.
One book of F that.
No.
5D. You said 5D20?
5d20.
Bam.
19.
Not bad.
One is of a blade and chain. So, a 15-foot reach rogue's weapon. One is of a javelin and chain, a 15-foot barbarian weapon, or fighter weapon, sorry, martial weapon. 2. One is of a hunter's arrow, which allows for a grapple check after a bow shot. One is for a brain rattler, which is only non-lethal damage. 6. One is for an arcane dampener, which allows for non-lethal magic casting.
Oh, so you can do a fireball and just knock someone out.
Potentially.
That's
You're
one way
not-
to freak someone out, actually.
You're not sure beyond anything else with that because the rolls you rolled before may not have been great. Okay, Sir Rigel, as you go across the area that you were at, there's a door to the side. It reeks of death and decay.
I will communicate that to the rest of the group.
Okay.
There's definitely something on the other side of this door that's dead.
Let me throw open this door first to make sure nothing comes behind us.
Okay. You throw open this door. And as you throw open the door, I need for you to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Whoa.
30 saving throw.
Okay. You push the door open, and as you feel your hand opening the door, you all of a sudden are locked, and you can't move. And you see that there is a door that goes directly through where your arm is holding. And you can't move.
Rigel's gonna try to come back and see if he can like grab him and like move him, push him out of the way, kind of like if somebody's holding on to something electric.
Okay. With that in mind, I'll give you... Do you want to do a dexterity or strength on that?
Strength. Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, strength. Is that check or saving?
Give me a check, please. Halvis, does a 17 meet or exceed your AC?
It meets.
Meets. Okay. As this happens and you see Halvis struggle, you take it upon yourself to grab Halvis and push as hard as you can against Halvis to make sure he gets out of this trap. As that happens, you hear a... Halvis, you have broken your right arm.
Oof.
Oh,
All spell casting that requires somatic components will be made a disadvantage for the remainder of the session.
Oof.
That is quite unfortunate.
we don't need Ravenous.
You see as Halvis in his arm is dangling in a terrible angle. And Halvis just is trying not to scream.
Sir Alvis, I tried to save you.
I know. I will be fine. I think.
We definitely should let EMP take a look at that when we get back. You think you're fine to press on for now?
Yes. I am fine to move on. I just won't be opening any more doors myself.
So
Okay.
the door didn't open, did it?
It did not.
No, I don't. Let's maybe ignore that danger door. And move on.
There's so many bones from your friends. It's too bad we can't use one of those.
Emergency bone transplant.
A new arm bone.
You just see Rigel just trying to do a bone transplant and singing the song like the funny bone's connected to this bone.
Face
just
bone's
doesn't-
connected to the face bone.
He just doesn't know what to do.
Question.
Hmm.
Would healing word fix my arm?
Potentially.
I was saving this, but I'd like to use healing word to fix my arm.
You have healing word?
I
Oh,
do
yeah.
now.
He
I-
did keep
Level
that
up.
feat.
I took the magic initiate cleric feat.
Nice.
Nice. Okay.
Well done.
I only get one, but
Okay. That'll take care of it.
hey,
It wasn't like a green
Uh,
stick fracture. It wasn't that bad, but it was something.
just
Alright,
do that so it marks off that it used.
So you put it back in, you reset the bone, and as that happens, you, ow, ah. Still hurts like hell, but you're now no longer disadvantaged for spellcasting.
That was the healing. That word specifically was the healing word. Just screaming "ow" at the elbow.
Owie!
I just assume. Okay.
Alright,
So Halvis
perhaps-
is no longer disadvantaged.
perhaps we should have one of the zombies open the next door. Just in case there's more traps.
I'll have this skeleton I'll have that skeleton open that door.
So which skeleton to which door?
This skeleton here that I put up here next to the door in the hallway.
Ah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that one.
Okay, I need for not Sir Rigel, Maresh and Keisha and Halvis to all roll me Constitution saving throws. As this skeleton opens the door, a rush of green gas pours into this hallway.
Institution. Holy crap.
Oof.
I would like to give Halvis my card of inspiration.
Okay.
Save yours, I'll use mine.
Okay.
That's better.
Okay. Keisha, you take 35 points of necrotic damage. Maresh, you take half, so 17. And Halvis, you take 17 points of necrotic damage.
Rigel's just going to try to close the door if he can.
Okay. Rigel immediately, and as he slams the door, all the gas just dissipates extremely quickly.
Well then.
I do not need to breathe. That's all he says.
Keisha just teeters a little bit. I'm not liking this place anymore.
That was quite foul.
Keisha's gonna take a spare piece of parchment from her Ars Vita gem, or no, just a normal piece of parchment, and just write "bad gas, do not open," and just post it or to the door.
Okay, you slam it onto the door. I got it. All right. So, as you all do this, why don't you all discuss, maybe for another 2 minutes, what you all are going to do next? And I'll be right back.
Okie dokie.
Sorry.
Oh, there's another healing yodel for Keisha when he gets back.
Yep. This is one of those sessions where we don't need a ravenous. We can hurt ourselves just fine.
Yeah, you know, the traps will do the job.
It's combat.
Tackling your friends and breaking their arms will do the job. Should have gone with Dex on that, but you know.
So
I mean-
guess we got 14 minutes left tonight.
Yeah.
Run.
Pretty much, yeah. At this point, I was saving that nat 20 for when we were in combat because the explosive battle axe gains an extra charge with a crit.
Oh.
Nice.
Seeing as how we don't have a lot of time left, we might not get into any combat anytime soon. So I might just use it in one of the next rolls that comes up.
Bum rush around the corner.
Try to
That's
break
exactly
something with
what I
your
was
axe.
thinking.
Yep.
Like if you try to break down a door with the axe and then turn that into a nat 20.
Yeah. What if I can try breaking this one, but I'm afraid that something similar might happen, and like the axe might get stuck in the door or something like that.
Yeah,
Ooh, yeah, you don't want to lose that one.
That's a very good axe. You don't want to lose.
And we're back. Sorry.
No worries.
Oh, healing yodel for
Oh.
Keisha? Did I see?
Yep.
Oh, you guys are the best. 2.
And Rigel's just gonna peek around this corner.
Okay. As Rigel does, he sees what appears to be a vault door.
Uh-huh.
There's no enemies.
Polymorph doesn't work on objects, does it?
No.
Okay.
That would be cool, though.
Biz's relief, no.
All of a sudden, a door becomes a T-Rex. Okay, so you see a vault door. It is shut.
Can we see a locking mechanism on it?
You can see that there is a combination lock, and you can see that there is a turn handle.
Uh-huh.
I'll send one of the skeletons over to try to turn the handle, see if it's already unlocked.
Okay, he turns the handle. King, king, king. It's locked.
Crap.
Okay, I've got an idea. I want to use create or destroy water
Okay.
to just completely soak the door and the handle in water,
Okay.
and then I'll use shape water to freeze it,
Okay.
Ooh.
and we'll try to break it.
Who's gonna try to break it?
Keisha, if you would, you've got that explosive battle axe.
Okay. Keisha tentatively walks forward.
Just take a step back here.
I'm back
Hey,
the
wait.
hallway.
Where's everyone going?
We've got your back, Keisha. Don't worry.
Okay.
We
Okay.
believe in you.
Yeah. Do you want to use a charge on this?
You know what? I'm gonna make this. I talked about this earlier. I'm gonna make this a nat 20,
Okay.
gaining a charge in the explosive battle axe, and I'm gonna use that charge.
Got it. Okay.
I don't think I've ever heard a more alcohol-induced. You know what?
I have.
Oh, dice god.
That's not that bad. That's not that bad.
Well, from Horsenio.
Okay, so
A lot.
throwing this into I know exactly what I'm doing. You get just the perfect swing, and you go straight down on this lock, this frozen lock. Natural 20, 10 thunder. I need for you to roll a d20 first.
Yep. See if it blows up on in my face.
Yeah. Okay. It doesn't explode. and as you slam down on this thing, you shatter the lock.
Nice.
It absolutely explodes in front of you. So your axe does the job. As that happens, the door swings open slowly. And as you look inside, you see what looks to be a ritual circle and 2 spiked torture chairs on either side.
Oh my god.
The chairs are recently used.
There's someone here. These torture things have been used recently. That means they're still further down.
Can we tell what school of magic this circle is?
Do you have detect magic up?
No. Oh, that's right. That's right.
Are you
Without
looking-
that, roll me an Arcana check. This is too big of a spell for you to know right now.
Okay then. Well.
Hmm.
Halvis, I have an idea, but you might not like it.
Yes.
Give all the possessions from one of your skeletons to the other, and have it go stand on this. Have the empty one go stand on the circle. You might be losing your skeleton here.
All right. I'll have this one empty his arms or his inventory and send him. Well, I guess I can't send him right in the center, but I throw him on this or have him go on the circle.
Gotcha. So as he gets to the exterior of the circle, you watch him slowly. Then he starts to melt into it and slowly disappear. And his essence melts into the circle. As that happens, the circle rises a few inches and begins to spin.
Okay.
Why do I get the feeling this is a summoning circle?
Goodness.
Are the are the chairs connected to the circle? Like, is there a visual connection?
They're close, but they're not touching. No.
Right.
If I look into the room, can Rigel see anything else? Are there any other objects besides, like, you have the chairs and the chains and the circle?
Aside from the green flame, there is a
Mhm.
door on the other side. It is another one of those vault doors. However, this one has no lock. You are able to open it from the interior, it looks like.
You want to try and scoot past the glowing circle?
He's gonna. I'm gonna do something weird if it's okay with you guys.
At this point, sure.
It's
Yeah.
D&D. This is all.
Rigel's going. Well, it's not really weird, but he's gonna throw his hand axe at the other door.
Okay. Your hand axe and falls flat. It did hit the other. It did hit the other door.
Did it look like it was a bad throw, or maybe it was like sort of repelled by a barrier of some sort?
Nope. You can clearly see a gash in the other side of the door. It did hit.
Okay.
When we noticed the skeleton walking into the room, nothing actually happened until it got into the circle, right?
Correct.
So Keisha is just gonna go over here and just like poke and prod at the chair to see if it reacts.
Okay. You poke and you prod. You don't. It doesn't react to anything that's happening. But because you're pretty bloody right now, As your like bloody fingers touch the edges of the spikes on the chair, all of the spikes are incredibly sharp. They're also very dirty. So as your blood touches the end of them, you notice that your blood almost rushes onto this chair, and you watch it get sucked into the floor.
Yeah, I don't like this place.
Mm-hmm.
Do we notice any change with the circle?
No change.
We gotta get through that door.
Do we? Could just go home and have a snack.
I'm okay with this.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm slightly confused. But that's me. No, that's just me in general. I love puzzles, but some days my brain just isn't in it.
You know, can Sir Rigel try to do that that Keisha did as well? But with the absence, he doesn't really bleed.
Sure. You go up to it. You are uninjured, so you going near this chair, nothing happens.
Okay.
Throw it into the circle.
That was
Throw-
my next thing.
Throw the
Right.
chair.
Yeah, to inch it towards the spell circle.
Are the chairs being held down?
Yes, the chairs are bolted down to the ground.
Oh.
I half want to try to figure out the puzzle, and I half want to break the bolts. I'm just saying this out of character.
The barbarian dilemma.
I could use acid splash to melt away the bolts on the chair.
Halvis, your zombie friends. Can they try to sit in the chairs?
We can try that. I will have one zombie sit in that chair and one zombie sit in that chair. Maresh, you might want to get out.
Okay. So you have the zombie sit in the chair. As that happens, you watch as each one of them sit into a bed of spikes. As you watch that bed of spikes slowly take them, you watch their biomass slowly start to get sucked away. And you watch as that green circle starts to turn a little bit faster. What are you going to do?
Does anyone want to walk back in? Because I'm ready to seal this up.
You know, we've got a lot of valuables on us, so let's not sacrifice the last skeleton. Let's just. We can come back when our pockets are empty.
Okay.
And some of us are less hurt.
So, I really want this to happen.
Yeah, we
I'm
don't got time.
I'm thinking that...
If you say there's time.
No. I'm thinking that Roll20 is not letting this happen because I've tried to make this happen like 4 times now.
Oh?
Okay. So, as you all watch as these zombies are slowly being sucked into the chair, and you're watching their form being completely resplet and slowly etched and eaten away, you start hearing this very, very low growl coming from the center of the room. And as that happens, you watch as a large cat-like creature appears in the very middle. Massive talons on either side. And looks up at you as both of your zombies are gone. But this creature looks up at you and says, in a very, very dark tone,
You have summoned me. What would you wish of Balshashba?
and that is where we're
Paresh?
going to end our session tonight.
Dun dun dun.
So, we are just a little bit over time, so we're just going to jump straight into rating Critical Role. Everybody gets, tonight's session is 18,000 experience points. Because you passed by like 10 encounters that I had.
Actually?
You actually did. So,
Oh my god.
so you passed by all those. So good job for that. So
That'll be
18,000 divided by
4,500
5.
for everybody.
4,500 for everyone. So great job. Did you guys have fun?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
This
Oh,
is a
yeah.
very different thing.
Who needs combat?
Apparently my viewers do.
I wanted.
So I just rolled through. So we just rated now. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. This was a great session, I feel. How'd you guys feel about it?
Very mysterious. A lot of interesting loot that I can't wait to identify.
True, yeah.
There's so
And it
many
was-
times where I wanted to jump in and roleplay, but I haven't quite figured out the character yet.
That's fine.
But there's so much fun stuff in here.
You never have to come up with a finalized character right away. I think I've changed Mija and Dosa's accents probably like every single session. Because I can't figure out whether it's good of me to play Middle Eastern or anywhere in Africa yet. So I'm trying very, very hard to balance what I do that's on the level.
I play
Right,
Maresh different almost every episode.
There you go.
It is a very cocky Maresh today.
And I mean, like, EMP was supposed to be like Dr. House. And he slowly evolved into just being the judgmental dad.
My favorite comment.
But yeah, this is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was definitely a different take on the session.
Okay, so
Especially
you all,
since, like,
yeah. So you all have inadvertently summoned a devil. So we're gonna have to figure out how that's gonna play over the next week, but we'll have time. I feel.
Thick.
In our next session, whoever is coming up, they're going to start here. So I'm letting everyone know that if you're rolling off for the next session, we're gonna start that you have to deal with the devil that you all just summoned, and then you can go into the quest that you may or may not want to go into.
maybe I shouldn't have rolled off, because more than likely, I'm going to start the next session with 27 health.
I was gonna say the jerk move is for none of us to roll off unless somebody else deal with it.
Someone else deal with it.
Oh no, I definitely want to be here for this next week.
Hilariously enough, it would be
I've got
like,
a plan.
like in the next session, what do you want to do with me? Hold that thought. We got other people coming right now. You just wait for a second.
My
I've
question is,
had a
will we
plan.
be healed for next
Yes.
session?
Yes, you'll always
Okay.
start up fully healed for any other session. We don't do the continuous sessions in this format. So in this format, because it's an opt-in, opt-out, it's always you're fully restored after each week.
It's such a plan too for any encounter we actually came up with.
Kind of. It's so that it's a little bit easier for me to balance, so that nobody has a handicap. So this way, I'm able to understand like what strengths are, what weaknesses are, how I can make things happen, and that people are ready to really try. Like, I'm gonna throw everything I have in the first few sessions and see how strong I can be. You know, like I want people to have that sort of hero moment. It's like, oh shit, I am a badass. That kind of thing. Make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that work not just for healing, but anything that like resets after a long rest?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Can I
Okay.
say I'm extremely excited? I need 3,100 experience to get to level.
Nice, bud.
Same.
Yeah.
Nice.
Actually, I think all 4 of us are there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right. You guys have fun tonight?
Definitely.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
You know, Biz, I gotta ask you. You always ask us if we had fun. Did you have fun?
I did. This was good. I'm good. I'm happy. Thank you.
And a little bit drunk.
That's
A
me.
little.
On all honesty, I look forward to this every week. This seems to take the work stress away, no matter what kind of style it is.
Yeah.
I literally planned my work hours being able to play this.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you feel that way. All the best, all the same, family, health, work, love always comes first. So if any of those things, like, those should always come first. This is just a game. We're always going to have more sessions. We're always going to have more things. I'm more than happy to make things work. But thank you. And I really do appreciate everything you're saying, because it does give me a lot of inspiration to make these sessions better and better and better. So with that, I am going to head to sleep. I have work tomorrow. I've had 2 days off, and tomorrow I got to get back to it. So take care, everybody. Have a wonderful night.